commander and prior to division.
Oh, I am prior. Okay.
Your friend Mariano say.
Oh, great.
And Auntie Marian, onini kunu Apostle Tete. Into Apostle Tete and now or Pentecost of Penny area head or Doko Church of Pentecost. Now one kwan normally Christmas card by Apostle Tete, agent a chief superintendent of police Mariano say and chain and normally Christmas card in the buy. Now a reminiscent. Say, in 2008 January, and another Danko Kufuado, or day a Christmas card, a bremie, Eddie BB, a car home, and a photo of Nanado Danko Kufuado, and then a beautiful Rebecca. It's time, Marion, sending you kunu. Apostle Tete, Church of Pentecost area head, and a mammy Kai, and I'm Sister Marian, Yamin Shapa Papa, or a very disciplined policewoman. I just say, or never Sabasa. I just say, Kwasia Champion Pensu, no headquarters. I just say, Marian Nanti Moa, and a Marian de Coco Pie, a year, a Chebi, or co Chebi, so free Chebi no ban swam, who free swam when he said, and that what drew a young prior in your room. And I call pet, I obey to the Jimus, no, and no. Any another police wants a deputy commissioner of police. Stayako, Yako, a year Lydia Donko. Natural some of your procedure or Manchester procedure. Never papa, papa. Tielumba Kakramami. Now, or him when you Namintia a year Lumba. Nin some or Kayan, near Shady Ye, at your free moon, Navino, and now Yashasian, Yahon Ano, Yentia Lumba. The kinda and you will stop. Netia de Lumba, Ekawa has a fest. Etia de Lumba, Ekawa has a fest. Yentia Lumba, Nankasa, Yentiano.
You may share that transit. You say, Menina Nayao. You're planning to be releasing like every album. Say, if I echo control, you bet church the Munina Amu Apacosi tree. Naya far will be at him so war. And then, and you might do so, say, I'm Quanoma. I'm saying, Aquanoma, the series of songs are Michroy after me, Mene and I champion, your album, your Yaka control, every year. Social Aquanoma, any such series no. Nani in Alpha, Abrabo, Ding, near Brabo, 1 near Brabo, we are a koto manai and Tiasia. If we say a Tigana, no, the AT and they say, Udra Brutradia, no way. It's ye koto moninium who said, Santessa. So uncle beer, who say uncle. Now the year me one said, oh, more coban so bad, yet me can't be woman pa non tray. But make what you for so dear me for when we say, remember many people said the ye see bread, oh, I can't do. Uncle Noma. Made me cry about Aphoria. You may yet near me to me be a remember so. Namiko. A chassis said, so be bini Abubunia. Abubunia, and no market to a bit. Now, and no market to a now, ordinary no keke. And a bonnet idriacesium. Said you bet me a cocoa cosia, no, I want him a boom. Now, how many days are no man obedi? Uguso, kikam. So, call foam, who bet me no man and change, so call foam, and you mrover poor but none mano, or that's so a guso. Or bet to us, I was so baby. It's all I'm in the boy, you say. So be bini Abubunia. Calberto a kumabi, Amano. If you say Juma or Yem, you were Juma. It's a task in Kwame Sebri. As a conoma, a quayam in Namus Sabri, a moon hooper. A country moon sem, yen contra. Kamubi said, my brummy hooby. Nankwansre. A yanny a me penny said, Kamesin say ho. Na me Dimitri ahwefo nenso ohyebre nti na amana basa abusia kodwo mimi ko free mo no obuafo bia nim nti na ama obia sukonoma me dia reho aka kwantu nka maka ntam sɛ ka meye bia boa abusuafo na dachi bi mawu na meda ho a nka me manma eso abomidin na so abusua me free mu no ebinom sese ya mpa de pa omo akantam edi nsese odefo enwoma ene ye de banwuno twene odefo ne nwoma ene ye de banwuno twene na so me mpa ba if we say bema enewo kojo me ye ne ametumi bia emre no so a na mekọ the second verse no o see DK nyakwa yiase se nipa bebere tia o say yi ke nyako no Daniel DK nyakwa yiase na nampadu ene madasefo onyomtofo kese a Ghana ha mimisha na mitini dia mehunyam nyina apopo na nampadu na yiase na nampadu ne madasefo amanfo ba besu edi bonidin nti ama media tu me hofo se wiase metra wiase na maye osansane dia ene anka me mitri betwa so efu se wiase be ma na wu na obre so na onya ene efro be ma bre na onya ene ye Charles Allen Jima Asante Jamasi ni edihye ahofefo a obesi so de Ghana Video City by Charles Allen Jima Ghana Video City Charles Jordan usinipa medichebi oba miguso meko amesa oba meko na so meye ni ametumi bia memre no so a na maja oko ankwano de me kra ma ba fore jo meye ni ametumi bia
One
Sulumba ana ose ankwanoma one de rubeye bia wo ye na watimi akọ na yatoto nti yetena ase a na aseda de ekọ ema ye technical production no abra frema abankro na nana ya osafo na face engineering team no achu agbo worker betia ko nana jare nana boaje na da sankroma yesanemra ne se sempro me say Sempro. Hey, good way be a no. I'm so sorry. Now, when I will come home, be a boninti air conditioner short to a high sense. Boninti, that's Sempro. You're very saying, Sempro near Siedu, and I could two air conditioners in Yadia Cosio. I know be a total no more tongue. It's a never quite high sense of air conditioner. Just what the fuck of you can build. So, Mapo, and then when you be at Boninti, I see a dream, my friend saying, Sempro. But it got almost a me pay 2.0 back and 3.0 back.
What comes is here?
Me best Messiano. Nam so do see Kenya Tom Pabua. Now fees one for Kenya Tom Pabua. Your president farmer Outreach Nana Kwesi Apia Sechi. I say good morning, Professor Adakabre and the team. Watching you live from New York City, USA. I say wishing everyone an informative and educative program. God bless USA, Latte Equiapim, and Ghana. And what they about now today na catch ebusuafo ya fasida emma engineering team no and no so no achu agbo worker but yakọ na jare na nabuaje na da sankroma ni nyina ne se chese ya sanemra ne ya facilities team no so their big solo and a dada and a girlfriend ai mapuna ya friend Ubrana na face so no Sami and a yaw and that face no DJ Bosco na Milson sia sanemrane tete ike Allah kwe we be I'm so na yi mazusi work aso agigi wo mo so sa ade na mazusi we gigi mema kan tinka so sa ade na we
ono ane kura mo
e na ko ware mazusi na din kwasi asema nya mrante we ejuma on ba be di wo Juma mema we di ba be di wo as yansia na ka se was Father Cabri please the tuning feed is off let the technician restore it awa mo mudi engineer for mo restore into mo engineers into restore mami Blake Jasper as I extend my greetings and happy new year to Carlos Ahimkra King Carlos we know yire Blake Jasper say o mamu nyina mu afinhia pa na yehu quick one answer na interview eba no the inquisitor Pablo Anna Eka say as a historic and beautiful Mahama sworn as Professor Nana Opoku show class powerful personality storm Dakra Anna ono edebaye na we nyina no Pablo ede eba no what do you make of Standogbe branding and I mean say stand out design or
design no JDM design stand
said the CCC
okay almost ground so yes and look at the open America it was perfect in fact
the political party it was simply Ghana
a depicte me hu say ye to abawia na ye wie the next thing is on mine no ye dey move ahead so no ama me no where see no unse wunya the aerial view na a depicte say on my gun ye bibi o ye particles and number 2 JDM makasa so na no disema or the 2 dwan and so o me hu say enye political platform so no gina o me hu say this time ne dey Ghana for the bibia hye ne nsem it is so oba no oba bebu man no so these two things and
the toss me and sense say Ghanaian fabric designers hwe atare no anehye no na wo hwe se Ghana ni na pam ye
Ghana
na wo hwe that fusion of Ashanti bonwure kente no a wode efrem na wo hwe broken white fabric na wode pam main kaftan na say agbada
wafa we dey anya kaftan so we agbada unse we dey
agbada so hono akokra se minimum ti na Jamaica ni no
we anya kaftan we agbada Nigeria for 3 piece no so ho
and who shasa no and so short sleeve
short sleeve and no cra na ma design ye fem me short sleeve na ye no ma eno ne ye me fe more because as usually no ye tan hu long no it in the short no so no
the short no
e ma ne ye
fe me kire said ye ne watch ya na bono no so no and a Rolex
okay
so a particular brand of Rolex
okay
and ne your friend saying the wedding ring no so no I wear a replacement one Said scenario actually did a Said scenario
okay
it is scenario and I want so no or wedding ring you know but obani the ultimate say 25 karat pa
no
I go see Lodina was search and you know say be ma de na yira we the say the person mu brebi na say e free the person mu na ye hunu ba bi eda and na say Said the replacement and the man igwe no I know odi ro say mema na tie wedding ring mema de na tie yira e ma e ring enyira da no tattoo odi eye diamond no ebedi kan dey share as engagement if you warrior no answer na the gold no na rubies bisat diamond no so sa so answer na omo ware cheso bebre so na fe no the last one no me answer no the piece so no edi kenteno and o se kenteno design no kenteno din no eye emrepa da wanim
okay
emrepa da wanim so no now would you believe say bia president won be kan we dey akire na answer na ya dia pamama no
oh yes on say one which ceremony no bass here na say kente bia nso wodin enti meje medi say woman kakro no abebisa say na kente amudi design ade
na yiri mo mbebusa
well
because na yiri no is into fabrics
okay
akosi alodina na energy fabrics no
it true say likely
na chese ye dis kente no dia wo pam ye no nyini so say ye boni din kire yen
don't come here no ya there but say we no the design bi aba beto mo nti we bo say efri ene kono wa mo che ni bob am me
so ni pam ye no
sa wa mo kan ceremony ene man ti o
ni pam ye no wa ye di papa wa say wa showcase made in Ghana product
yes but say na it say ye you say aya Nigeria man panyimfo so aya metai pese wa mo push any wo hwete say South Korea no me ade no say wo mo no one more national event biana.
Okay, I'm just saying for Pam your friend Matthew.
Why are they?
I'll Matthew Conco penny local name, the nebro of Dina Chum.
A chum, also Matthew.
I Uncle Cope.
So, Matthew, one try Matthew Canada, Pacoma Bruni, we went to the May I believe in that? What Vanum said the whole of last year, man, to say Bruni Sanwa dia wapamda. And
you are proud of it?
Yes, very, very proud. Menta dia nyina na dia ya pam no Ghana he ya the whole of last year afu so me de to aso. He say me ko to kura ne mu aye style bi. Because ye BBC no say national ceremony one enye ceremony ne keko ya depict
because I will share no more do to mu na emblem no. On say odi kan e di ginyame to mu. No ginyame no said the omnipotence of God. Said nyankopon baabia na ginyame pe. Except the Lord. Ginyame pe. Say ubi bia wo ye bia say nyankopon sa wo mu a nipa da se ni wo bra.
Come on, yes, it's true.
So ginyame pe.
It's true.
It na just asamban a we mu nyan say e properly crafted say e convey message ben. So no ansa na ni nyina mu so no e ginyame no so no wasan ede on the left side of ginyame no so no o si nyamedua.
Okay, nyamedua no
so no eye nyamedua no say nyamedua so ye edua in fact ukọ na edua e friend say nyamedua no
ukọ na ye ka
nyamedua ye dua che say ne ho otin papa from abua ejina pintin so no until o say eye Matthew no bandana clothing. Bandana clothing.
Okay, so the
brand name no na bandana clothing. So no, it Matthew no and na yan hwehwe ne full name no. Na Matthew no on money din to said there. Samini. It's a Samini person na go wodi na dey or they call ni local name. so na big said yesi kwaye ni mu no na hwe mpanifo a baaye no a na Matthew ne Esther ne Doreen
ne Esther no Doreen no ne ade e ba ne sana enye Ghanaian at all ana be Magjerry enye Ghanaian what is that because school wo mun say Bruni be Bruni enye Ghanaian
et obi say what e fie padin be pa na papa de to
ewua
so
de be to Vanguard
na hwe ewua no a edin ne de be to so no it has an impact on your life. So hwe nana ewua da ko oni ni nua panyine me say ewua na wo hwe se wo ko London so hu no na kwane e fa so a nana ewua da ko ba ye obeye insurance wo tinkra na ni nua me say ewua enso so ene na yire Mama Dorothy omo so tikumase no mo ye insurance na won say ewuafo no ena ewua no so no ewa ase so hu no ewua no so no eye ye ewua nananom nti ye ewua nananom tama broni ewo honom no ya santo awo ekoye no it next time no broni a no ye commissioner no hwe adwoso no na sa broni no na ne secretary ne friend no eye ewua teacher ye ewua no teacher ni in fact na ne interpreter never teacher ye ewua nti ye ewua nananom no teacher ye ewua ena na ne secretary ne registrar ne momo no ena na de Mr. Oben it ya santo akiri no abro no it is ewua fo no omo ena atenase ya edi free eye adwoso do na so ede ko bantema ewua bantema ede ko ewua dumase eye Sunyani ewua dumase so no so mu nyina no ema edi ewua ne gina edi nana ewua daako na chese such an industrious person our buy insurance otimi ejina mu timi make here and a group of companies no the year ya Vanguard Assurance buy na fe no ni nua enti say ewuafo no na wa ahwe se enti kwadwawua so no na ahwe se kwadwawua enti na just say
no oyobi a ohwe me papa school
ohwe ni school because at the sika wonya no amena ntena na busuafo mu
or the boy enti na middle na papa edemokoto no ne first person ma menom insu a free Benz unze Mercedes omo ye Mercedes bi na a fridge bi wo etimi fa one crate of be oba dwaben be oba na so mo ko frame na nanu ma me be ko wa mama mankonum so ofio no yi insu free
na ye 300 SL it is 300 SL
let me who be that
wo say nanim kruwa bi sa
na nanim kruwa bi sa na ye black papa sa time na wo mo na dwaben for me no and ne was 300 SL eye ewada akọ and papa back we papa Frank Edu okay papa Frank Edu on so free e fen say dwabin okay
owo adan ewo Askwa okay and the kram de need back am say next door to Gimpa Askwa okay dwabin for me no a omunya sika pa papa Frank Edu owari kumawu antiama say wa yes eji kumawu de hie kura so nti papa Frank Edu na ewuada akom na nekuta na saka na ne number no normal na ba 80
yes
so when na neba ansana na kumawu hine ba fo etu berma to champon ono kokoto 280 no stroke 4 no it 280 stroke 4 no no so oya no AC 1 2 3 na just what me say kumawu hine na eba no sata na just say woni Mercedes na GKC bu ko
GKC no
o manya skill etiana no still wo sa kwa sika di gina mu odwabe and sika ni o gina mu odwabe pa o sika ba ko a wo yi ni free money ye papa Frankade ono so ye oil tycoon pa papa kwa de no oil tycoon it dwabe for the free tete free tete papa
and very important very important because you didn't do to nyina na was
and we nya din and put your free ye na what you want to say from Doreen and the free na kwa yem pa brofo din bia ha bi we ni ade brofo din sifia
no
Udia bro, Papa bro, would be as if he has a
Oh, so fine, fine.
And you can insurance also so me and me abako on say never insurance guru pa.
Oh, okay.
Me and me no. Your friend Mr. Steve Chematin.
Oh, great.
Nana or say Chematin.
Wow.
Or insurance guru.
Wow.
So on or no na 190 insurance Munich insurance. Aqua the baby activa.
So okay.
Insurance one there. Or me a strong papa.
And say what for insurance one is saying so we memoirs be part the because insurance ya dey be I won't say na omemuna yeni kran shada enje ho
ne entiase
kwa na baby school bi enu ananka obetima kwa akokosu ente wenum na na de insurance no
say insurance no eba kane no kra na your life so it is that time na American life
yes
so no na American life which is any first adwuma me here or London American life na me wo Wembley na che transfer me call Croydon na che to American life football life for papa me it is life you know life for no you strong no na life for no adwuma wo mo ye no eboa ye mo na yentiase because life of one adwuma no nye ne asem nti ene no mo pese ye attractive no eno mo de equity bi be fra mu a after 5 years ultimate GBB de koye ultimate de link mortgage ultimate de link na ka life pa no de se ne papa mu a unim de beto uchinenti no nka life policy de
and de bia to say ben because ade na to ochina na untimi replace ya insurance na be ye de amount
the life policy de yemfa ni agro we no de motor insurance ne de eye anti mercy chemu e so na ba me nkroma ne sa time na obi de ka kosum obi no ma tugua na onya ho akatua no emfa ntua na kwa me nkoma kokofa HP nyametai say omra no me insurance na enye at the minimum level no statutory level no should be third party I just say third party loss against wako say obi no ma na nya fe na be keka nsam de ache eso ne kura no ko na ko insurance now ye comprehensive one hwe ye kwa property damage no near reduce no let us when you lesser premium but a down back say will be a dear damage no beyond the way insure no have extra can when you remember
because to me
there be no one making sure say property damage no what you mean raising so that because the driver need to say will be bia and can ko kumuni pakura na negligence bi ko pemu kakra bi na e wafa no a hwana obete die ben ensema kese papa nti ade a John Mahama said a year kano nyame dua no abai na gye nyame no so ebaaye nti other one e ka ho no so no eye de hina other two no na eno so yerhwe ensema e ka de che na bebu sia se yen kra ya na ya na ye kra no ye ni ko ho yie ni said die sa de ne ka kire ye no ya na ye ni e ko ho mpo yie ni ana so hunu enti sisia no okay
obi the information
information number unse minya na make say na say Steve na say Chematin no make say Munich insurance and or the ya active abedu no enti say oye founding promoter of FBS Reinsurance Company in Nigeria.
Okay, Nigeria.
You see, we do Nigeria. Why a bigger market?
Bigger market, on the market. No.
It in FBS no. I'm representing a Fuller, a Bala, and a Steve. It you call reinsurance. Also, Nigerian market no, as big no. Like I say, FBS Reinsurance. You want a reinsurance no? Omuna underwriting a insurance company is no risk.
No. Yeah.
So no ntino insurer no stronger
pa
ntina Ghana say company won't need Ghana reinsurance for no omo strong papa nti FBS Reinsurance Company and the same say me apanyin no wadu actually sa akonanim enti FBS ni represent Fola Bala and Steve Steve Chematin na say nyame nhyiraw ninu yakuma ene Alanjon Kwajo Chematin
ninu yakuma
no
wow
and it's Alan Eketwa ejakura ho no so ho enti omo edrechi enti atade na hye John no na sei no ye ka ho asem ya atade no na yenya sankofa
sankofa
no o say return and take it I just say we are learning from the past. So okay, when chwani ankai winchia, you are nothing.
Okay.
So no, because the name from Sobi okra na aba ewo abusuanum. Now say kwa say wo.
Oko, there be.
Abunsuan hwe. So to one say
wafa unim say time binim say amount for adwen call so a. Time omo enkrofo congratulate JDM no. Un say na speaker microphone e ben no. Enti kasa ni bi wo ha kasa ni timi ba na we ye attentive listener. Onipa ba ko ka kire ne say don't forget yourself. And as our voice no EPA say mo hwe me de me hu nipa ne pa but obi o ya attentive listener na attentive viewer bia no ebro mo chia no bi o mo ka I'll be with you say nipa ba ko odu na nim no ka kire say don't forget yourself. Hwe na ori amfiri wo ho and na nipa ne ka sa nti it was captured by Honorable Baben microphone.
Aye.
Eti be tell them say ba me dem hu nipa no ba na nipa no twam.
Aha. I say obia kan so sem. Na emu no say your friend say Baben mic no e capture you know. And also so a glitch.
Yeah.
Glitch it shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Because what about say? I go say and the bastard is here. No. God, young guy. Margaret Thatcher and a BBC for interview. No, Sana Mike no Munyi.
The bastard is here.
Don't know. I know it was a glitch.
Yeah. No. And to send their banners, because the time crowd no body, no. Back when yes, Obrichi. Protocol also trap protocol and so no then you call Lodina to come and also it was a nigga capture
eba so anafena omo pass information so at the ma any aid camp
yes
in fact here we are at the presidency we are going to have the aid camp in the person of Kendall Mahama and we are going to have the secretary in the person of Callistus Mahama and then we are going to have the president in the person of John Dramani Mahama. So when the Mahamas are at the helm, so you can imagine. They just say, "Bibi also actually no so na sheda nye aban mu asem you be penachia no lobbyist so be adwuma no so a then you go to Ibrahim Mahama."
Okay.
Just say Bibi no say president here in there be a lunchtime bisa no obeko ni nua Ibrahim ho be a lobbyist hana lobbyist for no omodo madwuma fa so ha to omodo madwuma fa na de ono so de aban adwuma eba no na che so e de afa Julius Debraham. Now there's one aspect of Oba Ubeware no plays a very key role in Ubi Biafra woye.
Yeah, it's very important.
And time my Mahama ebe KO FIE no. Na enipa bebre say Lodina Mahama agina dwuma ye. But wonim say Mahama besan ba back you know. More like Lodina no timi direct no left right. Now won't till Lodina nenka but a dwuma pa we form foundation philanthropist philanthropy adwuma you know or the bent nikru na ansana Lodina ebeje Julius Atumon ansana Mahama ebeje Julius Atumon no Lodina ni ejina mu den so no in fact President of the Republic Mahama onene yire Lodina no omu Fred Julius Debra no Dr. Julius I didn't know friend Dr. Julius so no na come on why we are not can be brave you there the fancy and Lodina no ya man credit say ni nyina no yam mpae say ubenya oba papa obetimi a straighten work so because as Otimi John the Otimi John in the positive side so Otimino, because I recall, was it 11 years ago, over 10 years ago, July 24, 2012.
2012, no.
So,
okay.
And after say, the call that I took was from Lodina Mahama. For no name Kassaria as an catcher say, Unia so no becassa, and not done for the man. Now say, as some swana or name me becano, once or banning the take kill. efreye edi nkomo no wieye ansana your friend is saying bema no ebeje line no so no and then on the second occasion so eye osu bempa sofo panyini papa bia obi amechia and also so oka first at some obebeka be say oh enkom shebi na mahama be free mu no and so it was oba no and the bebe friends ye we do niam who ya ham kakra the way ade hu so no and sana uni ana de do didi agro ampa be ma no gi be ma didi agro say na enya de na ha no sa so oba she was concerned say be as normal way no it could have an impact so
and the truth
na akọbuno east na akọkọhwe ade a lodin na ye wo ho a bema bia should look for oba obegina nachi.
That's right.
So oba obegina nachi. BBM. So ko Dr. Julius he say na na yire krobo ni ba wona ne ja krobo gumu a kese otum say watono awia sa. So nti obi ahwehwe oba papa. Nti they say me kan afi
obi sende me wa say afi ayi.
Afi me kan.
Because afi de nyambe pejanesa. Nyambe pejanesa. Obi send a question on the lighter note. Or say Prof Jane Nana Opokwajeman. He say the husband and also your best friend is saying send and count say vice president one my year a member in as a second lady. Into and also the husband your best friend is saying on the lighter note will be send the question. And will be some say Prof Jane Nana Opokwajeman, your best friend husband saying like who's that?
I think Nikuru Opokwajeman no.
David no be say who's that man you from second lady. Eti oba.
It is second gentleman.
It's honorable second gentleman. Okay.
First gentleman of the land, president of the republic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And a first lady.
One will send him that question on the internet. That's the for the purpose of education. Education purposes. No.
Na utime kwa. Yenyina no 120 days no. You said no.
Yeah, 120 days. Yeah. Now number 4 now. Or the scene and so no to the number 2. And so you better how it will really.
Yeah. I say wafanie Samuel Tanko no.
Yeah.
You make listening to radio sweet and honey. Like honey. God bless you more. And now or the ebaye. Every squadron CM. I say Bondana is the name of the designer. Me penidini pa ye gana be depicted. Azara Kabri tell Muhammad that he should not forget to arrest Nana B for his misinformation, as he said in the last rally. Rally. Just we are surprised.
I mean, you're the president to focus on your whole no. Because the castle can now.
And I dear when a true speech now, the bishop say, you buy a bachelor Nana B. And the other gentleman, and you see, I just say, you bet you know, not I day.
Who's the answer of Becano, or see, even though be decisive, and when the decisions being one and the steps will be taken, or one focus, the normal dear sin, and you say, obey, and that should be the focus. Yes, I know, but one man, so there's a one man, I know the goo. It's a normal nine so or body goo, on a normal. Yenina ye jitu mu say ehun hia because the stability of the economy
no man nine no na be kan
there be
and I for kan ye dey they just already excited the base
it is
and Nana B say order
say we said there
to have a presidential your friend say shout out hey American Mamba. Oh, there be politics bad. Nana be there. Onumu na famu oba bi so mo hwe no.
No crop I word one so.
Oh my word. Na campaign for so the ebu nkonta.
Oh my word one so.
Ya discover myself kwa campaign operations are ways and means near the ebu nkonta.
Say and edru wa on no crop for no beka. It's focus on the focus and then necessarily say be bechi obi keke. Even though offer accountability in the fight against corruption. I have the belief say both maybe past and the current or one administration
and then says a year the good a year party no as a body corporate in Gunen and as I'm saying you see can you imagine say Ochema Buaji no I had a private company or a Dr. Steve na Ochebuni horses Dr. Steve and no fast no honum nankrofo bi aba sɛ ɔmo de adinsi den mu ba be seize toilet wo 2M Express.
Oh, how?
How
can you do it?
So chewa ma say obe run the transport no. Toilet no wo be seize no omagigi hoska. Any wisdom say and the mama nya hade agumu party na nim aso ade ana. No chema bo agene Dr. Steve register omo company MGL. Ha omo dey do omo you na omo asiwe toilet asiwe na masema ba say me ba be seize toilet. Na
omo nya ise no ma.
Na mzi bo mo hwe na ma megumani ma say na o ba via bi so ba gi toilet na wakume. Wo say me ba be gi toilet e 2M Express. Na u take wo 2M Express. The privately registered company
with millions of cedis I want to go.
Unim shareholders of MGL now who have a gi toilet no. Na kwa ba ko pa de obi asusuro so kan kese ya wa wi wa papa we this. Now I was a gi toilet no. We gi toilet say septic tanks una tutu ya kan ya. De o enkra ni be si onya freedom no me wasu wafa. You are all welcome. Happy New Year to you all. Right. Ye kind na yen konkohwe. Ye expectations na ye penipa omo kanokre. Na ya hwe se de na akoso. Enti mahamafo bre na edri. Enti mekominua ekogate say Adakabri, if he forgives Nanabi and the others about their misinformation, people will continue this thing to, I beg you, tell him with the message of God, tell him to arrest Nanabi. Hey, asempe it's what the Nanabi, you know, the channel one, and Kufu baby into one channel. Ne ya chiwa ne nuntina wawu anan. Si ya chiwa no wawu. Ya chiwa no wawu.
E mi yanku.
Yankwauti. Chide. Na appropriate charges bi o whatever man anyway dey.
If you say beda, say na akwa.
Ehuna say ye bechu say dey na ye dey. Yadru Mahama for tonight.
Okay.
It's Yanni Maxwell Mahama. He used to be a communications officer of the Sunyani East, a new patriotic party. Now he's worked with the National Health Insurance. Now Okoya brand TBA es wujudwem kan okre. Nti ya ne drew stage bi ala nti you share on a threefold something. Maxwell Mahama, Sunyani East, a dear ne koye wo how. Bono region, a dear na koye wo how a de new patriotic party no going forward a dear na Maswa Mahama be pese and the party ni be to recapture the golden heights na afe generally no Mahama na babedro the expectations of John Dramani Mahama tenwa Maswa Mahama yamu aha. Hello Max. Anti Maswa Mahama obesan afre ne biem na ya hwe se de call no esi echo nti yesan ede abe osi good Francis Akpalu osi good afternoon Father Kabre and good afternoon to your listeners across the country no de baye ojaka kra na osi good afternoon na ode ebaye nti sisi ade de wa wuni local Ghanaian indigenous name no o kire me baby afura na mama obi so ahono wo nya kire baby afura na mama obi wo ya ngunani a mama obi wo ye your friend saying infantini a mama obi wo ye nsemani a mama obi enti baby afura bia no wo de no answer type ba the hana me free na me need local indigenous Ghanaian name na ubo o kire me baby afura pe na mama odin ni bi na de kop Maswa Mahama yamo ha
me je so ofa
Pamfuadu na ho te say wie
Ava nyame adom afia kwa proba betie bibia woko Bolivia ni ho
waye no ma miensa Sunyani East or how by because Sunyani East the na Sunyani ekronomu proper and sana Sunyani West no so ye peripheries of Sunyani edi free domase nsu atre tra ansa edi ye wia ya ba behwe bono so said ye esi ekoye na fe ni nyina mu no o expectations of o party new patriotic party na fe ya ba be si John Dramani Mahama. We are in the era of the Mahamas. At the president at the height of it no John Dramani Mahama. Behind John Dramani Mahama Kanel Mahama writing and then receiving administrative communications on behalf of President Mahama Kalustus Mahama, and then having to give us our first New Year message, the way forward, Masua Mahama. So we are in the era of the Mahamas. Wadaroma. Asama da no no. Na Dini kan yen Sunyani East. JH Mensa seat. Sunyani East in the 1998 presidential primary for the MPP. Sunyani East and a J Kufo Edeno Ebaye. Ti Sunyani East enye seat kitwa. Kamun penin sam kira yen die ntia Sunyani East eda fom sei na face wi a yaba abeka eye bono ahafu together and then limit ourselves to bono region onkwa.
Medate. Ofa mefa wakonye sumache watiefu nyina ene wahwefo nyina. Yan party 24 one kind. If you chairman so Kofi outgoing as the outgone president and the vice president in Naso. If I can sumache omuyi papa. Ofa Emra ena Ghana yenya omampeni yetu abama no 7th December 2024 one na be de akire onyankopon ema bibia kosoboko nifa akonya so mechia wo yi papa na ye bompa ese nyankopon beka omo na Ghana nkoso ni mputu a ye hwehwe nyina na ebeba na ye nyina ye ho atoye ofa no kwe Sunyani East abakosem eya abakosem a yekasa ye kan MPP ekui edimu atinti manpa na JH Mensa ora JH Mensa the late JH Mensa akonya ho asem ena ye kan na nipa na ansusu da se akonya biti se Sunyani East ebetumi afri MPP for ensemo amanokuo no over na yeka seats bi say seats near traditional seats bono region even enkane bono ahafo region no seats na ye safe seat traditional seat edema MPP amanyoku Sunyani East tan say ye to aba difference na eda yani NDC for entemon na difference ni suyi papa it will interest and I say it may not interest you to know sir afia bato na ye to ye no 2024 abato over both presidential and parliamentary MPP yelusu ni na both presidential and parliamentary MPP yelusu ni na eno any asemo eda Sunyani East na obibeka se edie ne baaye ofa de baaye pa party for a onu won kran omunim party for won kran omunim party for won kran a legal team and as a legal team no omuon kan omunim and now ba region so regional executives so omunim and sanaba constituency over the decan am a person me party and penny for agri esiso and your candidate na ankasa your candidate no koti kwanya candidate ni fa so baaye no eno eka ho kese ora me ya cheme wako parliament for 16 good years 16 years no oko parliament no eba MP relationship wa e was a build with the constituency no na atochim the member of parliament, on the constituency. That yeah, you say. So constituency, you can the other political party look what problem. If I am to say, usual NDC, NPP, star media. Parliamentary candidate, Nankasa, and as an MP, member of parliament, no, only the party for party free council of elders. Ever see police station executives, or no be our problem. Until our tactics be a or use. Anytime one, you back what you call reorganization, and say 9 party Nikoshia, the police station executives, electoral area coordinators, and a constituency executive. Time for follow and they get delegates to every conference towards general election. So, may the album noir. You did this Juma a parliamentary candidate offer at the Mawa. MP no, or my member a Makumaku edu.
I just say, I mean, actually, Menianum edu and a can album.
Edu Bakupa and Kahu, or Aquas Matter, Monunquan and Kahu.
A former Brown for regional minister, former lands minister, former Ghana High Commissioner to India.
Absolutely.
It's you.
Monunquan and Kahu. Sani fan man, Wakai, Omuma. Omu ankasa omu kununum omu yerenum nanfufo onu ane nanfufo na ya album ni ma nti ma party fo hu se debi papa na ankasa no kwa no won ye hin ewo Sunyani East constituency obi a ya pe development ewo Sunyani East constituency the whole Bono region ye ni defeating a sports stadium bia na otimeka say China for free India say China eba ye tofun ba be ye park no China for ni nyina wu covid akọ mu nyina enu ntima ye ni defeating sports stadium
and it's asem na no kre so kan
me donyame wata soro no kro trudu
the coronation park ye years and ke be sinifo befitting of 50 years of the Buna half for creation no na covid de kunkum China for nyina na nya asrese bia mo de sere no
de be nya asrese ya somewhat na no ankasa na radio nimdie FM tada no Saturday tuntum esuru tum na asie tum no space no trance e cancer
and then radio station so physically less than 500 meters away from the Sunyani Coronation Stadium.
Me say over na really sikoma Mrs. less than 100 meters. In fact, Omujina radio station or a ball, ever coronation park inside.
Abrosani Suruhan now just the one theatre Kuno Rebi.
Sa Pepe, the one case can one Ujina. Oba Hima Okrumwa, Echo Car say, Yamper renovation of a park. Now, a new sports stadium. MP Ejina. Sunyani Kurobian catcher oba himane say. Man himau. Gazetted Queen Mother.
A year na so asem na wokan.
Na aso bra ye.
Na so bra ye asem na wokan.
Onu asem na making.
Acha so ba fefe wa hima fefe o hima nim de ani no na wo si mu aye be na ba ye.
Me da say. MP no eto pi e de man sa dey. Na hima ka sa asem na say yam for renovation. Say renovation of Coronation Park na I want better akokobu ana.
Hey. Nyana na hima na wa ma ye wa hene fefe wo Sunyani montene so yi.
Ofa, aseme da ho me kanu no.
Mati asem maso wo Sunyani montene so.
Me say, some way ma ka say. MP nanu kasa enye. Odidi bia atem, e di bia himfotem. I am for demonstration. Say Sunyani is better. Na hini ba ko ka say Ghana ban etua ye MP nika e wo parliament ya. Ene onya na ketua. Na MP ni emmo ne humodene. MP ko ne radio station ni so ka say o hiri na o ka sa no. Bra na o hini ne e ka sa asem no. Na o hini no wa bronsa. Enu nse ma na wo ka sa.
Na Sunyani lawyer fu ni ho Willie Wise mu ni ho na ese dem lawyer ba ko na mo gege ne so ma ne ka de opa bi a kire mu yi
they say ono bia wo problem even Ghana Bar Association ono oye member of oye lawyer ni ono bukwa wo problem
ati as a deputy attorney general tua so mu nyina ho na obri bu ahen o mu nyina ho high court appeal court judge Francis Obri so mu nyina every bunu ho
na sir even the deputy attorney general fra no ne contest here no otia no awonye so otia so on fa ne nyehwe
ke the one na contest abu abiti no kura so no otia no ne ya aka wanye so
ofa asem ne nyina no na de eku ye kura ni ofa say ye organization Enfie na India ye to aba eyi party se na mu and as a party 24 from polling station to constituency level a tracker region echo was say even national in the year 2022 party no at the forms by you see at the area pan no party the forms by on form tell you ye to forms no party ma e be say live board don pen over e ka say ye perform so ato MP any MC and a regional channel abronya who come there e to be for do forms no o man turn forms no e na disgruntled party members e ko national e ko to forms ni bi e wo yi Evans Nimako director of research wo or the stamp si so I send the forms in the Sunyani. And the Nantian Mabai now fill your forms. Nipa over 5,000. The Philip forms a year. Committino, a Urami Ashem for and now almost submissive forms in the mark committee over. Yes, submissive forms in the mark committee in the year. Committee say, or might disqualify Nipa over 5,000. After vetting, and during the vetting, they didn't more disqualify or more forms or more fail the buy. They are not time free a bronye and nay or no honorable American. They are disqualified. Thank you for now.
Yes, Sunyani East in the 4th Democratic Dispensation, MPP union, and at this time, I lose presidential any parliamentary nyina na de kofa ba ye na guso a wo kireke mu kire
the party became an undemocratic party in the Sunyani East, very undemocratic. And I'm not saying no a court no in some eka say any purported police station and electoral album bia ura meyaw on any call for ayeno we cham yes anko to aba ni biem oba say ye beto aba say ye nto aba say beto aba say ye nto aba ema ora JFK mu ebai on Yura TV
because asem na hyase afri dwombo adu penso na adidi mu ade aba JFK penso
me da say ofa say pepe one can say obi tiase na bia mi ken fanti akwa fanti akima owura we friend say yi and the appear could be the same thing in the sea.
Ashanti Achim North, Agogo.
Me that say the same thing in the sea better. And you want to ask them, when you say, when you be a while, this work the making
constituency Nina Nipabi Eddie or Mamanyoko na Bruno. You're presenting in a day, dear Michael Quay. Woman to me, my constituency or think Hasi and Namo Kangunasum, no record to all.
The person much what you can't say or better what over him no kana o munti me mafom ha nti no oti o ha o mu de beka o mu find it na ho over na amrante court ayi gare ni mako onu abetendi lawyer e wo ha so be dia asem no o hwa asem no di o mu nyina hu se asisie ekoso e na ekoti committee and the appear could be mu committee ene wo fe say ba kuya na oye chama yi me hwe din kakra
no chama wa Asante na hene
o wa Asante wo odo no so kwa ya lusu wo ono no di de kwa pacha wo na ba mu ansa na party ma ayi constitution and legal affairs committee chairman
oh Ashanti Achimun central Anyimadu
Anyimadu ene di abro pa lo Anyimadu na lo Anyimadu anya story ni classmate at the law school any owura kwasiam ya atreme
eno oni ni nyina so committee on legal and constitutional
so you see what they were doing the MPs the new patriotic party we should stop building the party around the MPs the party was being built around the MPs
because somebody didn't say me by say aye kwasiam ya atreme o free parliament MPP be ye weekend
and MPP be weekend e dey na woyo chiefship you have to lawyer Nimapa 25 years at the bar over close to 30 years at the bar the majority chiefship of free one man not on pre Shajuma not on pre boy and you know none you contribution ni input to panel the enemy Jeffrey will say your minister that they knew said the man. But you see, I'm talking about the personality first before I come to the reality. What in crime? What is Sunyani? Obey Sunyani. The Nippon and the Suban, the Simbi Oka, the Atema or Dinipa, pass in 24 no Mayaka. What in crime? They can't yet. About what in crime? And the sea breeze, the whole sea breeze, they are silly land breeze. The land breeze before Kawama Untie. Papa no, Orami Achemeno. Subsequently, he became a liability rather than an asset to the party.
It will be resource in each me. You didn't see any, resource no cause saying parliamentary ni presidential.
Ya kosi ni. Ya ntwaba. The person make a set to some resource instead. MPP internal reorganization. Yeah, the party in 24 years and say, young copper 2018 album. 2018 album now, I didn't call the third term, the fourth term of parliament, you know. Young copper no dear, none in the anum, in the yerenum, and in the anum, yerenum, and in enough for Fumulo, and no, and the Koye 2024 prime minister or contest here. And the party for boo, it was Sunyani. Una baby, you better to Betiano, una baby, you better skirt and blouse. You need one more. You did it over. You call radio suko pass, choke to do form.
I don't know just I will ban a hinokrabu hunko today.
Oh, Ofa, Yamisha. I hope that Hinoko boo hunko to do, original minister. Ofa, you can see a kind. Snowing, Abia, na aya. Yen Yankasa on the time for no form as pooling agents in the Crano. Maybe like us over 50% to Abatiano. Over 50% on one party agent.
I yes a cheddar in a Irakotua bana when you want.
Over Yakotuaba. About Yakotu, the MPP difference, NDC difference. Not a year 20,000, 22,000, 23,000. NDC, Nino. And now over 34,000.
Sunyani East.
Sunyani East, and this is now over 34,000 parliamentary. Kotamuno, Obiano youth employment coordinator
Keke
at the municipal level.
At Keke. Wallahi,
well, you or say there, you want to cry on one private business.
This is on you, no lamplight to cry.
On this university graduate. Offer a bunch JJ star between NPP and ND's over. Difference, you know, you can hear close to 13,000.
We're beaten by 13,000.
We're beaten close to 13,000. If it's all the independent candidates in the quad, the Ecocan, MPP, the other one, and NDC, you know.
Hey!
Offer a new what some say. Nippon, yet, Banchinin, yet. Talk about for Casa, you say, Banchi, yet, Sister Banchi, or say, da.
Banchi, so no, dear, papa, no, just a trap side, what do you do? I know.
This is a trap side, or comedy war.
No, where's so dear, just a Banchi to Miss Asini and Casa.
I was a Nabanji and the poison.
mo huna mane mati asem
ka me say on for council of elders nyefe ube to say ora me ya teme the regional council of elders atemo ebe wasetem
obi entimi nkwa ni mu
ube oni abro nya kasi ani o so onu ankasa ne brother omo free e free back up o so ni mu no di na temo a
obi ni na chiri ba
obi ni chiri ba pe
kwaku na epanyina na se eye chiremen
kwakuche yi chirame 2 years
acha se asoma na epanyini ana me ya eye na chiri ba
pepe
ana me ya ni asoma ni nua panyini ya aka
me say atem odinate obi oye government appointee na udi na betina radio so oye kromfo na enye cut and blast na wo ya
tese maami ba ku yafunu mu ma papa ba ku tadua mu ma ana chense o maji sonwa aboso na kuma ni di panyini natem
ofa asefem
acha se MPP akrachefo party MPP na aduru ni sei
me say ofa asefem
ana hwan na baji seat no
me say ofa Oma Said Mubarak
acha se wo ye university graduate ya onu kura wagya ya dwuma acha se wo ye ni bibi tuto bibi die.
Oh, offer, me say,
Matias, what beats in the 13,000 margin?
Over 30, close to 13,000.
Hey!
Offer. Regional Minister of this radio, on the home mobile.
Oh, I will.
A dear MP, young woman from the days of the MC days. Every region, me say, offer, next time, I will say, yes, she papa.
I say yes, she knew you. Eti afe wo ye na so ni abronya na aka gbachire so yenko region eti bunu region e dey e called saying
ofa me the baby part in 24 say bunu region ndi ye campaign e ko to aba no ye di bibi kakra ba se ka regional executives ye nyim fa nya adwuma na
ya bibia ma infa na bunu de na ani wu papa bibia ma
Ofati, ya to baby. Sika e wose ka yedi ko ya adwuma. Ana party no, yetimi wini aba no. Ya to baby ye. Enra. Abro nye ko constituency dia oma constituency for no 8,500 Ghana cedis.
Chese yenya to aba ya wie ne ye che hu sika.
Anu nte ma mi to ayirim. Mpedi fo na yirim. This is one part ya to aba no. Bibi ba say yem fan ko yeduma. Bibi ba say yem fan ko yeduma dia ofa. Me come no mienu say anti fom.
Obia san ka hwe.
Me say obia san ka hwe.
Enya amanu na o say me kan ba so anka me kan bibi kire o.
Ofa. Ye to ba wie ye. Ana o san ko share constituency chairman for mo nipa 12. No mo bia 10,000 Ghana cedis.
Ya lusu awie no.
Me say ya lusu awie no. Because moto super e good see. Moto super e go abroad pie.
Awurade. Mo lose awie na pe the 12 seats no e wobono no. Wa mo bia eti Sunyani East constituency chairman waje 10,000 ni bi.
On only the question say o mani si fom kwa na waje che bottom. Ono so kwa ka ho.
Acha se no 13,000 difference wa dia ma Mubarak no ena nso 10,000 waje bie.
Papa. Who ya constituency East constituency executive say we. The whole Ghana 275 constituencies, only acting constituency executives because of the problem now. Make a war. Over South Vinya constituency chairman. Na slot back. Say you found kwada. I was soldier. And as a plus one, not constituency chairman, acting constituency chairman. The 6,000 every bottom. What is the party for that? Everton about Ama, what is the party?
It's not you. Constituency chairman, because I'm saying you discuss on the Bayan Fano, no correct.
Me say, offer, me can wear to pay your paper. Yan can say, you who no crano. Over my cocoa, oh, who no crano, Mr. Max from Hammer, me catch your plane. Bartholomew Incum Natania. Papa be a Mr. Ocean. No, war, prison, and of course, retirement of the Eastern region. Or the 6,000. So the bachelor swabber or the Acodano Echo, I was going to say, a prison is free. Was going to say,
a prison service wardens.
Prison service. Prison, me say, me dear, you move. A cop of the American Dicano at the command. This is what is happening in the Bono region. The can't more. Omuntie na makaka ne pa biantie ene yesi bibuoni.
Ene yaso buonie enti afa no region ni nyina so e fa ka ho ma me.
Baba, nti the abronya so eyere no. Because JFK bi sawada JFK mi kita okoto dem. Se sika mitrin kan e ba ya. Ene afa na abronya di yedma. Okwa constituency dia 6800. 8500. Wadi kan share constituency chairman for our residency. I'm will be a 10,000 Ghana cedis. Just to a very low. Just to a very cheap. And a sicano or the echo. The best say young Mr. Ora or Paria San. The brand I got trouble, Sika, the man of Rano, or the man passing pretty poor. That's a kind of way. Brekum is Sika. Brekum is Sika by then Mr. MP no lose one. Send Saka Sikano.
Agogo ana.
David Nelson, chairman.
That's a chairman. East no.
Who said the Mr. They should call him and ask him. So when did he receive his money? The time then he can buy and say no now. Now they can know him. This is what happened in the Bono region.
Yatitis Canoso.
Mr. Ofei, I have just said this. Mr. Brunye, some question him for hotel one. Sikano, they can say, the baby, depart na bro. The party baby, depart na bro.
And the Diana Bebesa Michael Quay, and Diana Bebesa Michael Quay on notier.
One, campaign resources na a buyer. FIE. There's also new party regional executives, you know, a human being and a party regional executives. A human being potty now, Obi answer a card, a career ben, Obi answer Kaya or Koyama. That's a young father, I said, American. Yamau over 1 million Ghana cedis. As a region, we are 17 constituencies, a regional executive. Now, Obi 5,000, the Kanaka, or the other body. The next party, no.
And the presidential announced on the Sunyani East, Mamma say, and another Dr. Baumia saying.
Papa. President said himself, the Mama ABC about 540 votes.
Oh, come on. Let's just say Dr. Baumia did far better than the candidate of the MPP of Sunyani East.
That is it. And that is what we were saying. All right, Dr. Baumia. On one of us, Sunyani East campaign. So, I'm MP the one see the day campaign. Ofa, empiro, abroje DC. So who say they na po air bar? And also who say regional national executives no JSK air bar. And also Dr. Baumia ba. Enu na okodi akiri. Obuko bi en wan okobe bi akiri.
Na middle belt. Dr. Free ayu. Say no na ye in charge of middle belt no ma.
Ofa, omu nyina. Omanya juma pa bia. Because they were sending fake reports to the presidential candidate. Fake reports.
Because Dr. Ayu said no celebrate of the 12 seats, no MPP Bema NDC 2 seats per.
At the end of the day, resource mini. Omu mesha yayo. Omu kuye say ya dey e be kan okra kira omu. No ma mesha abronya. No mu I mean ta do say abronya ko Mali say Guinea. Niger na wako je duro bi de odi aye nipa bi dum na bi sa dan na duro no entimi ya nti bo mra ho akoda we kasa na MPC bi say gre sabi we are saying na ya akoda we dia akoda we I was going to say abronye akoda we akoda kiti on tia tax da e wo promu ha to say on tia tax da on tia bi da na abronye di
na your student adwuma be no ye obetua ho tax
ofa suku be ye suku ibi e ko tra University of Science and Technology tra Haman lecturer ejire enim kire yade onu ko ta school ibi abase ko ta school ibi o ti computer enim kire to dem abi ani won wa say suku bi ti say game party award certificate bi ban. And
I said, "Oh, pass it."
Yaka suku, ofa. Yaka suku. Orun yende fantunte. or can you just constitution guarantee, or can you graphic guarantee, or can you graphic, or just travel or can I see?
It's Ninian the way forward, Yanyan Deng.
Over the way forward, Mr. MPP, a dear air high say, far a acquire a fast a polling station executive, electoral area coordinator, constituency executive, parliamentary candidate, regional executive, national executive, and a presidential planning. Why a fast a you woman and no and the first foundation point I say partner.
I think and can be Minudia Sia. The Awokan no Chrono Baku bullet points. Na me fan konkoma Kennedy Kwame Akompre kwa Japan. Why?
Medase. Kasa some channel pa nyamisha.
And to me catch you hit the ground running in less than 10 days time. It is all person Kennedy dia you may be a chroning na mako. Na Kennedy am fan ko bunanim say twa. Why?
For the number man so be do how me didn't go constituency dia. I'm the constituency problem dia. Every problem dia oh dia man situational report with man. Now
the money we are no actually in the obesusu say onye na onante so nye why
me be catch the me ya man pepe because I was say CC ho am ya hu ya kono na 2028 no ya tiba ba be to me afendi ami mama nyame nka ho why Maxwell Mahama former communications officer for the Sunyani East and yene no edi enkomo no na constituency bia no a wo mo ewo nsem bi ka no ye yini mako na oyonko de 120 days no that 120 days no na ye de ebehwe se do besi atoto no na Michael Kwe na samose papa no ntimi nko ground enko twro no ma de a ye ka che no won kan ha ya and Kennedy Kwame Akompre kwa Japan on pabud na keka bia you hit the ground running in less than 10 days time. Na obi abeke kanse bia de akire na ye de aye adwuma no gusineti neat 100.9 FM na ye hunu se de nsem no esi ekro Kwabena Cecil esawada de oba bepa tintia wodi ato ase Kwabena Cecil memu official papa you are a great man and afi so no Kogate Kogate become you. Was the time Muhammad he should not forget to arrest Nanabi for misinformation. And in fact, a branch here or Pam, President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama or Pam Natadiano, your friend Matthew Agamberi. It's just a Mitchell Bondana fabric no na Oshat na opim Pam na yama a John Dramani Mahama autographo. They just Osha no be who say na eni na what they call was he Kogate was he if he forgives Nanabi and the others about the misinformation Kogate become you na Vincent Odro as I'm enjoying your program Uncle Mahmudu and Mark Jerry congratulations to JDM Malik Basentele also Chiano and King Nelly was a good afternoon I'm watching you live from Kaswa High Tension Osu Meshak Kwesi is also watching us. And Kogate is telling us, I like listening to you, Mazara Gabriel. You are my good friend. This afternoon, it seems you are defending Nanabi. I know that it's only you that Mahama will listen to. So I beg you, with the message of God, to tell President Mahama that he should honor his word. Arrest Nanabi for misinformation. Baba Sulemana is watching us. And Yao Foribuatin was a good afternoon, Gabriel Mahmudu Wosyoma, and Happy New Year, Yao. Mr. So made the same thing. Was it Sama Mahama and Samotanko? Also, these two Mahamas are presidentially related to JDM in any way. Like a Mahama, no of a John Dramani Mahama, and a Kalus to so a Mahama, so and the cousin John Dramani Mahama. Collins Kobina was wow, and Kinelli no was I'm watching you live, and what I was to saying, interview no is coming up, and then you have my opportunity so. One so no. Expectations of a year said the election since you what to me abeka ho asem e actually yegusu Sunyani East asam anana yegusu ye kan ni nyina ne say in as much as President of the Republic Mahama abetena se no afi no mu tra se ne se mu di nkomo e ko be fa so
energy related issues bi omo timi ama continuity na ye adwuma no omo adwendwene ho ni team of ministers no now so yaka say stand by ni bi we aka stand by actually enkrofobia nyanya course say stand by enkrofobia nyanya course majari yanka stand by ni bi nchiro bra na say benin Dr. Machi Boati be din komo unya ko ni bi stand by
ana me ko bi amayo
esa
ana ka cho no mo frame me
nti ye pani aka cho say stand by yenya say stand by na afi he oyiri nim no bedwa ahokra na abuafu no so what stand by
serious na obo so phone no wa sign back the second one obedwam ye pe ko papa
ya ka stand by no wonim say the city ababa wa bia wode no area na waka na baba wa yum fie da ko pe waka cha osafe no wate aso no bebe fie it wate aso bebe fie no na fe wakọ no akwadware na wo de shoe afefo amotuom e je say wape afun papa bi boxer shorts papa bi was spray wo dem ho no nyina nti wote twere ewa ni mo na ka so na aba afu betwa de na omai
na yo kokra bu agina mo obete na agina mo bi a onu na mfi o pen kase ari wa ba no de no mo raba ba dimeka
mama say stand by na to the phone bo mu aka say mama na efro obekwa na MTN mobile money for
no ma ka so dear customer mobile money is very shuffling
my name Dr. Machi Boati engodin komo Dr. Machi Boati na jiji ababa na ode ye call into the elections na o cancel bebre na results you buy ye ni nkomo kakra aftermath of the results a performance of the electoral commission now for the way forward Dr. Machi Boati mfamaye Dr. Kwasi Machi Boati yemu ha
yemia
doc yemu afi hia paso so
afinko emetue
afi se naja emeritus na university bia affiliated to an American university aba be faw ni yetua dollars papa naja kokora o de dowafuo na de dowafuo wa fijase you one time I will catch the it is not lost on us ukofi Neat FM online in some Kwasi Amache kan nyina ahead of the elections ni nyina eguo na time election results ne bae no did you feel vindicated or how did you feel
adaka brebe da say akwanya michia achifo and the crane say akwan bi so yes ekoba say ensema ye kan no na ye kan free enti asemu nti said the results no eba no and the crepa ni say aginsem tra me expectations and the crepa no na me ni akinye ba ko pe kra wo mitrim say amanyuko MPP KO FIE bisa kan say omanma de abufuo na ebeto aba no but said you see buy no pa potin de na kese ekwan bi so aginsem yantimi ansusu nsa
ni same nti na ufri say etra we expectations so
nipa dodo a eto aba ma President Mahama no ebro mintiase so
but as a practical uhwemu in 2020 enipa 6.2 million and a to abama President Mahama 2024 enipa 6.3 million and a to abama President Mahama so there's practically difference of just 100,000 persons ni wan saying
it is a entiase no misleading I was say ye hwe enipa dodo a on such two occasions here ye hwe nipa dodo a ekoto ye na yetimi ahwe o se san hwe percentages no President Mahama nyae on both occasions ne opponents no so nyae on both occasions eno na me gidi se e wo se ye hwe because this time round Ghana for a trend tiasie bi se amamu a na wo mutimu no wo moni enye ho na enya dia fata na enye bibia wo se wo mo esososo nti yeto aba ma President Mahama in a way
a complete rejection of the MPP brand. Na Dr. Baumia Edano. No, ne dodo no ABT me expectations. So share calculations nearby now. You could see say Dr. Baumia ne dodo a onya no na a free 40s no a 30s. Na a fee.
A late 30s to early 40s.
Nti eno and I mean, Jidi say, a man no young one, man no a bro and Tiasiason. Uba Ashanti regional. And no more party no shed that 2 year. Ye bay about Romren. One more jitrum say the grounds no yet in Ashanti region. I kept saying, I'm using Tiasebi say Ashanti region in Muso and yet Ashanti region now no more. And that it has been restructured. And yet the same Ashanti region are more enimno. Me take a clue free at Deba Cope, Nanado by Kumasi Mamanfu crew. For some precedented. Because maybe a chairman and another doing Yamakunyano so or Kumasi. That one physically Nami Kumasi Kajitia. Now, and somewhere see Hono, you couldn't believe it. Almost everything came to a standstill. Moved towards the Kajetia center. No ni vehicles no, ni motorcade no namno. Everybody went there. Market women do too much say from Nanado and Nantiso. The same Nanado, Kumasi Kajetia area where they hooted at him. It was gone. It was over. The MPP was gone. We told them. Some structures, almost structures, the party's officers in Ashanti region, everything was wrong. Everything was wrong.
He says, no, Kennedy Kwame Compre Japan has given a clear indication, say, in less than 10 days' time, no, he'll hit the ground running. In fact, he's put a team together. Into the walking, say, can be Kwame Compre Japan as to what he believes he could do to raise the, your back as the base of the MPP.
Party no, Omaymunina, and I'll be hit the ground running. Is it to rally the party faithfuls, an attempt to rebuild the party, to strengthen, to ginger them up, or hit the ground running?
I say, Wamu Echo, Tiana Wokan, as I case Yawamono, Wamu a year program, Nafe, Yabo, candidate of the time, no, your bony didn't say, anybody, ye. Your boy can they compare Japan and everybody it just say measuring the decibel of noise no not just a Kennedy free at that time and the be any people who say I am from there then he's going to go around and compliment the Michael Kwe committee na yanka se watena se acha na aba antemwa enti wo kwa ntema kotietie de course no hunu kwan obetimi afa so a obetimi energize no rebuild the party MPP.
Well, and I'm just say and I'm no omo party no etu no ode no ho hyem no a na obey no said the workers was siesie nipaku a odomo ekwa akodi dwuma no omo enye dwuma no ewo no kreso na sincerely if possible krana nkomo mpe a different body emano enye fact finding maybe across the whole country but with a very special focus or Ashanti region na womo entie say na the people in Ashanti region ehu party no
me da be grab catch and say obi omo appeal to the Gen Zs eti mienu amede man no this gentleman Davuchi and Nok Sapong and then Pokuase Sir Obama said me and I'm catching Canada Japan say get in touch with these two young men and then listen to the Gen Zs what they are saying.
That is one way out. That is one way out. But and one say yes, they should listen to the party faithful. Na womu hawa womu ewo emra inyankoto abano yekoto abano di sie womu ekoti womu ankoto womu haw pa anything womu ma safo no so enche womu nti asie mfa ekwan a womu faso a womu betimi asan asiesie party no nti anamo a womu tu no a amgidi so no so the personal anamo no so eye good, but the most important thing is as womu hu di sie
ye di bi ni say ahead of say no bedi nkomo ya ne owura Maxwell Mahama were former communications officer of the MPP was Sunyani East constituency JH Mensa seat no na oka a normal esi here for a 16-year period honorable member of parliament then Kwesi Amia Chreme ebebe ye MP na said there was see a distance from the core rank and file of the party na community in say ohene yedam no ohima yedam no nananom yedam wo mo owie safe ye kokoto aba JH Mensa seat no na young NDC candidate ono kura na chese wo youth employment officer waje ya juma kura kwaye pebi to bibidie ono aye ne business kitu abi no beat it to the tune of 13,000 votes as opposed to Dr. Mahama Baumia trailing John Dramani Mahama just under 500 votes. It now ubusa say there a course so Sunyani East no for a 16-year period no party ntimi ansia no anya de seso mo ya na.
Okay, but let me also add that Rana Odis Ankunim was my student at KO University.
Hey sir,
Annie. I also know her at Notre Dame Senior High School. Honameba Echo School.
Okay.
Honameba a mate.
Sure.
We are personally involved in her coming to KO University.
Oh, great.
So I know her.
So you could be mentioned for cited for mentorship.
You're born about so free with the case here, so
great.
You're born about so free with the case here, so. And the Adakabre Sunyani East, Omo Hawa Womo Asia in a piano. A idea bet me account as some chronoa ama a miamia do drawing in Anna. Inti a home here, so mobeti. And the theatre also mutie pa no be say
a fijase asokore wakachi na free and nana you Grace Coleman and do ba ye ma bebe ye and special assistant ama wudi dimusa na Grace Coleman any honomono na yakwa akoto lawyer agin ato atwene akofa nana you and then nana you okasa ache so otimu say ese enya Ashanti no okasa ma wo mo every say oni Ashanti at heart enti ano so no nipa so from a indigenous fijase asokore for no free say o ma bre nana you
we sa adunu fi ho a me kwasi amache me say oni adwempa ema sa constituency no this chief executive sir ofo aso ma wo ba nyina disastrous. The caliber of the individual, the educational background, you could see, say, Nana, you didn't want anything good for this thing. The educational background. As a Korea, Dr. SKB Ashanti Krum, a catchy for Akasia Krum, who could pay DC, sir. That's any permit anyway. And Noah was indicative of the fact that he didn't care a fig about the area. We kept quiet because I just didn't want to become an issue. But I was so disappointed in him. So disappointed in him. So, all my work grounds, it said, maybe that is what they are looking at. And Ukraine said, I only pray, sir, the NDC are a war, wɔn betumi akeka wɔn ho take advantage of nneɛma na esi ni nyinaa to build their party. They may not win, but wɔn betumi ama nipa bebree aba abɛdɔm wɔn na party no ayɛ stronger over there. If you ask me, that is what I would say, because Grace Coleman, a complete outsider from the place, she didn't care a fig about constituency, no. And now you, I mean, you're worse than an outsider. What has happened has happened. Very influential people with free ho through their instrumentality. And Nema Akoso or Akoso. The roads, particular individuals, Omo MPP Numu, Omo very influential. Omo na Abia, Omo Amano a face saving Kakrebi.
But see, we are now know your National Council, and the Almighty wound to me, Crocasani a tram. Who did you tell your Chonka class or did you hang the air can ye? And they wound to me, Pan and tram, they say. I just a bug you lose our National Council.
Nimre Aswapa. Say, or ya dear, or the 85% support and Emma Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Aya dear Papa.
Now, Yamra a national level no na John Dramani Mahama who observation of the swearing in as some portia or kanye now shed the transformation of a Nana Jane as the vice president na two central region for Chief Justice Nana Jane Omina from the central region Omina from the Kakumdu Girls Wesley Girls High School. What are your thoughts?
Chief Justice there, what do you framework? I would say in our politics, you know, or no, kind of name so by, you know, I mean, completely different. If we have to look at here, we want to say that now Danko Kufado MPP and now the Soma Chief Justice by the yes. The show more a free gender perspective there. And then these other factors, the Wesley Girls issue, then that becomes another issue. But you see, Wesley Girls High School, Central Region, like a break, and because Central Region, my Ghana, addition in Semu, Central Region will become Papa. Central Region will become. And a BC Accra. Must the Achia in other parts of the country, Achia. The Wesley Girls and Sessa a mama. Wesley Girls and so a addition as ya. What's yes, in who ye papa, I'm maintaining or more brand, you know, irrespective of headmistress or babiano. Or more maintaining or more brand now. One more output, you know, remarkable, but I'll be sure you pick something unique. Other schools, they are not consciously branding themselves. You know, other schools.
More especially, so if you say in early February, Wesley Girls, old girls are putting themselves together to go back to Wesley Girls and meet up with Nana Jane to give her. All hail the girls.
Oma Sheda. They are taking advantage of this. Up to the morale of the school, the current girls in the school, and to tell them that look, the sky is the limit. They have done well, and they deserve everything positive that could be said about them. They have done well. I think this is just the beginning. When two of their old girls appear, Abidu baby Abidu. I never quite me impressed about Wesley Girls. They say their ability to maintain the brand, the sort of training wɔn ɛmaa no standards a wɔn tumi ekipu sɛ ɔno ebi ɛte lecture hall a na onipa korɔ ɛyɛ active a then you can appreciate the sort of training a wɔn de ma wɔn ɛyɛ very impressive and the most important thing is that you see we are looking at gender and then their development and then through that contribution to national development. And then if one particular educational institution build a brand that is attractive, at least that should be seen as a very special model. A bit replicate elsewhere. The interest, it is good that we have a Wesley Girls High School in Ghana, but then other girls' schools, you need not copy exactly what they do, but now taking inspiration from them. Now, also at me, I come up. The most important thing is also at me training girls. Now, when they come up, I'm be as competitive as possible. I see it me a training, and then I'm eating come baby, and I'm looking at maybe if we're going to have a second look at our constitutional. Maybe we need to put it into writing. Is it possible through this affirmative thing to get some constitutional structure solely for women? A member will not be allowed to compete, but raise it, and maybe we take a second look at things from our own African perspective. Our constitution, the core structure, unnecessarily European American imported principles, values. Can we take a second look at ourselves, Ghana, Africans, the way our indigenous systems had special offices for women in governance? Has the time come for us to take a second look, a hard look at some of these things? My response is yes, the time has come. There was a creative opportunity among the women among us, and also come up and to take a hard look at things. The difficulties I work with development. I mean, I am male-driven project for a long time, and we've not succeeded. Going forward, we need to be looking at things, from indigenous African perspective. The idea, say, Yakubisa Abrewa, did not just come. What does it mean? The whole idea, say, in decision-making process, and maybe I come up to a very challenging position on an issue. Now I say, you break it up. Consultations near the assigned bar. Why do we say that? What is the wisdom in that? Can we carve out something and get a structure, place it in our governance system? And Professor Jenana Opukwajima ne rise to the current position should be that meaningful for all of us Ghanaians.
Enti ni nyina emu no ade a ekoye ye ne Jomahama asem okaye inauguration no ne nasem okaye and the level of representation across the African continent on better na chi no what expectation?
President Mahama means business. President Mahama is in to deliver. President Mahama is also outward looking. He has his own plan for Ghana, but like he said, Tama Wakasano, Adiami jotto down a Papabi book title, Africa in the global something. To Ghana in the global environment. Sa and Tiasiwi a buy. Ghana ain't to me ɛnka sɛ ɔyere ne ho adi nkɔsoɔ mpuntuo aba ɔman no mu mmerɛko a ɔnhu sɛ Ghana yɛ part of a global community. And you know, the representation at the inaugural ceremony, you know, very symbolic, very radical, and then you realize, yes, Africa heavily represented, and then, you know, the rest of the world, those who were ready to come to came. The radical aspect make no the courage or the invitee, the military leaders in West Africa. That courage was simply, to me, something else. And my own readings into that tells me, say, he disagrees with ECOWAS or approacher. ECOWAS are taking relative to Sahel developments, you know, I did military regimes about some countries, you know. And ECOWAS, I don't know whether they meant business. When they felt that they were going to raise a military force to restore democracy in those countries, I don't know whether they were really serious with it.
At least no na Osha Burkina Faso the Captain Toure na Obaye sporting a sidearm na Osha ni Highlands Dinachi na Osha diplomats as a French way as a Russia way edi na Obaye na presumably stealing the show at the whole programmer. Now akwa say Yakai Rollins tete Junior Jesus nana.
It's not necessarily so. The whole thing is that one, authoritarianism, military governments, MFA, sustain economic growth and social development, and punctual a satchel of mine. Military governments in Africa have not done that. They have not produced that. There's no record anywhere. You want to speak of Gaddafi's Libya. You want to speak of Paul Kagame's Rwanda. Maybe this will be the two isolated cases. Two isolated cases. And don't you know, yes, West Africa, what do we want? This snowballing effect. Are we going to continue to have the military actively engaging in politics? You have not delivered before. In Ghana, how many military governments did come? Maybe the PNDC left a legacy. The current democratic dispensation, and that is what I say and recognize. The current democratic dispensation, it is positive. But do we necessarily need to go through such trajectory to come this far? What about economic growth? And you know, Mijidi said, the future should not be encouraging military adventurism and then the military in politics. And you know, maybe the understanding was that, look, let's bring these people down. Let's bring these people down. Let's respect them, their offices, leaders of their own countries. And then afterwards, later, let's engage them. At least they can learn from Ghana, from J. Rawlings, and nicely embark on maybe a return to democratic rule and assure themselves that they are going to be able to live a peaceful life outside government, the way J. Rawlings did here in Ghana. Because the military, our challenges, two major ones. One year, how can they exit and then live a peaceful life? That is one challenge. Another one, a major problem for them on daily basis. In the same way that they came with the barrel of the gun, another person can easily come up and overthrow them. And the military leaders are not necessarily people or more peaceful sort of sense all the time. And if some such opportunity is given to them, and you take your time to sort this out, I think that would be a better way to get them to think about returning their countries to civilian rule than the approach ECOWAS, FASWA, thinking that ECOWAS can use force, power. I don't know exactly what happened because ECOWAS hasn't got any such authority. I impose anything on anybody. Inviting them to come here to me was a very smart thing to do.
Finally, answer na ubekono. Na Central Region, there na yaka Wesley Girls, no. And then suggestions are that is it just about Wesley Girls, or could we extend it to the Central Region per se? Say role a Central Region a play in the politics of Ghana. I just say if it say bond of 1844 near the adi ninyina Central Region, Mensa Saba munyina Central Region, Ferguson munyina Central Region. But at least in the democratic dispensation, now we share the third democratic dispensation. In 1979, we had the Central Region, Cape Coast, Dr. J.W.S. de Graaf Johnson as the vice president to Dr. Hela Liman. Then 13 years later, to have Cor Kensenaka as the vice president to Jerry John Rawlings. Then 4 years later, to have John Evans Atamios as the vice president. And then 6 years later, in 2012, to have Mr. Arthur as a vice president. And now 12 years later, to have not only just a vice president, but the first female vice president. Na Osai Esoye alumni of the Kakumundi Girls, and the first female vice chancellor of the University of Cape Coast. And what is it about the Central Region?
The Central Region was the center of the country at the very beginning of our engagement with the outside world. And this cannot be lost to us Ghanaians. And that factor, and what taking us through the outcome of that engagement, how our Central Region changed, the effect of that engagement, the opportunity that the people are first and foremost education, formal education. In the absence of anything, the major problem is that Oman Ghana, it even says Oman Sikasem. Otherwise, it will be our visionary Biba. Wait me see Cape Coast, for example. Now, Abeye, a center, Nipa Bibri will want to go there as people who are tourists, internal tourism, external, whatever. Wait me see they are. It's likely there are monuments, be even buildings, be I was a summary you need a buy home. Now, yes, chassis, pay special attention to keep them so that in the days to come, people might want to go there. What happened when these European adventurers first came here? What really happened? How did they affect the landscape? Yes, Central Region play role oh my Ghana yempo historical.
But then the party so say about the center of the right grouping see present day New Patriotic Party as a warm for tape no ejina Asante ene Eastern into Asante ni Eastern no so etwemu a ya na central no na wo pese wo counterbalance Asante ni Eastern together no a ya na central and be bonti so okay. The yes, you was center of the left grouping, present day National Democratic Congress. Now, more secure, more base, the Asante and Eastern Dia. At the now close by, no, the Fantis. One also more or less no more account for. Into yes, you am fire rare, and conquer share, sa a year fantifunumu. Now, almost also empha figures in the bimba counterbalance Asante. Does it make any sense?
It's possible to look at side development this way, but you want to also examine a kwanya bibi way a faso a buy. You want to examine bibi way a faso a buy because if it is Siena Nkasa, the UGCC not any Accra.
There be sopon.
Any Accra. Ashanti region, now any picture numukra. The big six, you don't have an Ashanti in there. The big six, you don't have an Ashanti in there.
Yes.
And the Sopon should be closer. Sopon is in the central region.
Yes.
And then Argentina, one more antna sa political tradition. Is this NDC and central region sort of marriage, is it ideological? I don't think so. Do we have any major difference between the NDC and the NPP in terms of political ideology? I don't think so. If that is the case, then what exactly is the issue? I think we want to look at this that way. Whatever it is, what we have is what we have.
But at least ubet me ahwe say NDC for no na they were being strategic and given the changes one a year Haruna any Muntaka because I will share coastal belt na NDC sweep to have from the water region, Aveji, Fifi Franklin, Fifi Kwate, we share a year in the Dangbe areas. Professor Alabi, Doyo Kansa, Nilante Vandapoy, Oko Vandapoy, crossu over at the core central region, at the Kokofa. Ato forcing ono or habanase but then Ricketts Hagen or mo ewonsuo na no na Jane nankasa commander owonsuo na no e de extende e de ekọ eye ahantamamu Kofi Amaboa eso na just say NDC for ade omo ye omo yi Haruna ene Muntaka etimi making sure say one assure up, one more personalities, any one more performance along the coast, I pay off now.
We did say the outcome may not necessarily be coming out of reshuffling directly. I don't think so. One main development me feel a bad governance on the part of the Northern Kwakufuado.
Oh, sir, that is how you are capturing his tenure.
Yes, bad governance. Alakabi say who be a pensioner, a quarter bond. Na emra so no kwa jiska na and somebody see a true then you appreciate it. The way a Parker see in Dumini Bank, a Hunsem, other indigenous banks, a Hunsem, a cutty across. And obviously they were going to have to pay for that. The this economic challenges in the cutty across. Use economic challenges in the cutty across. So we share some developments are. We can say initially, no, na MPP Shasia making inroads into areas are even not a strongholds of the NDC. Peter Amewu, ni breakthrough kakra unyae for Accra there, it has always been a swing area. But you could see initially 2016 Accra was not so favorable to the NDC. This time around, definitely Accra became very favorable. And let me give this as Ashanti now economic factors much more than the party's restructuring.
Bad governance na wo kano. Say you see who observe the tenure of a former president of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in the lens of the Ghanaian parliament, then you would possibly agree when somebody suggests the MPP is a declining party. On the basis that in 2016, the MPP had 169 members of parliament. Then 4 years later, in 2020, they declined to 137 seats. And then further 4 years, they declined further to 88 seats. So in a period of 8 years, you decline from a high plateau of 169 seats to a lower valley of 88 seats. Does this tell any story relating to the bad governance or observing the tenure of the immediate past former president of the Republic?
Definitely tells a story. 2016 developments, it was a case, just like Ashi Samri. Now, on my man, I am disappointed in the NDC. I am disappointed in President Mahama. Now, so our campaign now the NDC KO FIE no. Adebako is striking me. NDC's inability to defend itself. Striking me so much. They couldn't defend themselves. Basic issues are ordinarily NDC put you up a strong fight. They didn't do it. And the Dr. Baumia factor also came in. And a pile pressure on them. We told 9 stories to Ghanaians. And so people, you see, Adakabre, Ghana for the all the time. We the early independence time, a crab in a scare or hodadano, a sign no, or mino and Pejani Hubium. Throughout. Omino has gone through austerity periods almost throughout, several centuries running. Indeed, Nipa Bebre are looking forward to Obi Obama Womu Hope Ubia and more hungry on it. And especially in the Fourth Republic. Obi Obama hope. And until now, Osha Fourth Republic, even Nipa Dodwa, you pay a koto abano. 8-year period biano, a buffum. Nipa Dodwa, pay koto abano buffum. The second term of presidents, Dana, a was ro kakra, a pejako ro kakra. Oba the first term now to say the President Mahama ba Samri, if he were to be able to contest again or Kobima, then you see say Nipa do a bit piaba beto abano ebe peja.
Okay.
So when to me maintaining the economy, no, what me and peja economy no, and in most cases, 8-year period no best one, and that time in the economy almost all the time. The Rawlings time, that was the case. President Kufuor, that was the case. When President Mahama was in office, fortunately or unfortunately, then DC had been in office for 8 years. President Mills, President Mahama. Ghana faced economic challenges. Ghana faced economic challenges. The other factors beat me abba, but the economy. Ghana for chasing individuals hope.
All right.
Hope for the future.
And yeah, see my making kind message being from na comment on it. Lord Newman on Facebook Live and will say, welcome back, Wafa. I have missed your voice. I think if President Mahama focuses heavily on agriculture and gets the youth to fall in love with this industry, Ghana could be transformed within 2 years. Now, some message here, okay, say if President Mahama focuses heavily on agri and gets the youth to fall in love with this industry, Ghana could be transformed within 2 years. I recall a year, the first conversation that I had with the new chief of staff, Ura Julius Kwasi Debra, and 8 years ago, na efuyum ana me acknowledge na mo a ode boa me ma me kukufu na meye ana ono nso so no ekokoye afuo e wa Fram Plains. In fact, ne wofas ni nia panyini was the former vice chancellor of the University of Ghana, Usu, come on, former Oduro Usu, also so is into agric. Into one no ko a Fram Plains ikoye afuo no. Na me so me nam Asante ene ahafo ene Eastern haya esusu edokoko no. Enti yedi nkomo na anu ya ene wase han mafuo na kopa na minimse wo so de no iduru ho amahunu se ebi wom enti ebekọ na this time round no yama yadwene nko agri business so. These are his words. So yama yadwene nko agri business so. Then to see John Dramani Mahama in his farm. Also why a full kakraka. A use mechanization. Then to see chairman of the party, Asiedun Ketia, in his farm. Say one also so no mechanize a full. And the idea of John Dramani Mahama into farms. Ibrahim Mahama into farms. Julius Debra into farms. Asiedun Ketia is to farms. This idea of say, Lord Newman Becker said, I think if President Mahama focuses heavily on agric and gets the youth to fall in love with this industry, Ghana could be transformed within 2 years. Is it something that could happen under his tenure? And is this something that could be the new ish of Mahama government?
Akrachisemu rabasemu na amamaya womo esachira womo asitremu na emredodo no ano ntiasie wo ho ni se o shasie free agriculture na enema yedi no oman no mu no yenyaso control. We produce what we eat, and as much as possible, the aduane bia ye import wa ye betimi adua bi wo oman mu no wa hye wo hu oman no hye no hu se enkoduru sa mmere sei sa di na asi na ba wieye nti krachi na ode text message no ba ye no o kan so me mu odu papa oh e beto sa mre nyina no rice farmers in Ghana. Omo da so ewo difficulties. Say omo edi haske emona omo eduam. Ebeto ne nyina. This is not acceptable. There are basic equipment. That's why man they take initiatives, Na omanu timi de ba ebe support to agriculture. I was say a jitum Ghana has said any food product bia ye betime dua o Ghana ha bia better samri import no as a major policy. Say the crash in the cano. Omampani Mahama betimi I can say ye my who time one the Oma wonim die ewo agriculture mu no eni nkuta ho na yehwe time a ye betimi amaye ho na ya hyase ati I mean imports are ye de ba oman mu efa sa goods yo ho ase ba ko ni say we will be cutting down unemployment and they will be giving sustainable employment, creating sustainable employment opportunities for nipa bebree.
The year can create says not only a government initiative said John Dramani Mahama year can ubi to say Dr. Samuel Ofusuampo for Krano. We are led to believe say he's also into farms. I just want to a drop papa. Basanka and sorry ahuduo. Roma sorry. A year diocese biano nafuonye. Roma a year Methodist sorry. Diocese biano nafuonye. Pentecostal church area biano nafuonye. Say bishop ujina a year pulpit. Aka say sorry no bishop no. Otuya no. Yado afuo say said a year Savior church. Nanadu say what do afuonye kuma ewo a year achim abakwase. Senka and sorry no so doa. Unyi ni say enka betimi so I encourage you nyina.
Ebeboa obi ananima ho say kuayo eye ekwan ba ko a obetimi afa so adi dwuma bi ehun hia no na ni beba ho but enye enough say you tu nipa ni nyina akogu inform so omo enkodo or how bebree wo hono because inei uko bia so kwa akoto banchi a na wo obi a watena kraseda wado kakra unim banchi kuayo a urebe ho because banchi ebo no nye hu ebo no enye hu it should not just be say you encourage nipa bebree no mo nko ekuamu I was say yetimi san so efa ekwan bi so a this issue of say friend the cobweb theorem or something with agriculture emre bi du obia no ba na kwani a wa bre no ho no onya hwe mfimu anamo be na betimi atu the phenomenon of queen I mean food queens in various towns. Okay, you know the tomatoes ako Kumasi. Onya access, direct access to
Doc Yapon into Yapon. Na love letter wa ha. I can love letter in for man if I could. Na uti love letter. If I could see crying cakey, also we should concentrate on Alan Martin's operation own a farm. Operation own a farm policy no. Because you can name more love letter in here. William Obeng is the name, but he signs off by the name Papa John Norfolk. Tie, na fa koko to misefu. Dr. Amachi Boateng, how can you talk about Dr. Nana Ayew a free year like that? Do you know the kind of impact this honorable man, Dr. Ayew a free year, has been able to make in the constituency? You sit on radio and just spew anything that comes to mind. Of what help have you been to offer to the people of Asokore as a son of the land? Always creating problems in Asante. You are a lecturer, an educationist. I ask you, sir, what educational impact have you been able to make in Asokore your home? Massa, if you feel you are competent as you say, please pick a form and contest, and you see. And to you, Adakabre from Poamanson, you are a big disappointment to journalism as a whole. Due to the direction of your stomach and intestines, you have migrated from Alan's camp to Ken's camp. Adakabre, you shall be disappointed soon. Papa John Norfolk, this is your love letter. These faithful words you shall keep in your missive, Dr. Amachi Boateng, and I thank you.
Adakabre. Wapwana. Krachina ka bibia amfa DC mienu a. Na yo supervisor Edima sa district no wanka ho asem.
Mary, anybody could can never say.
O say dia.
Mary no say dia.
They are disappointed in him because of this particular issue. Ejikachiro ontie the mekan ye no on react to that. I still stand by that. We are disappointed in Nana yo. Say Asokore Krokasi to say Asokore Akrachi for ni about 4 crew. This yi menu omo enu abasem no ma krachi sem e wo fom papa. O say dia a middle school leaver MSLE. Enemrem. Ani o say dia.
Nana Dr. SKB Atnaye.
Ai o say dia a middle school leaver and o ye DC.
Na Mary suswe.
Mary minim baby otimi ba bedru ye but ono so na eninu abasem wo fom.
Atete Mary kro wonte afija se wa betena dwoso.
No say no de achiri.
Eye. Doc me da se pa nyame nhira wa. Erade. Ya shase bi o. Ena Meshak Asante. Ozeda Kabre. Aside Abekwa, the Savior Church also have a very big farm at Afram Plains and Inche and other places as well. Kudos to Openyi Ibrahim Kwekwedu, say the general superintendent of the church. In fact, Oma do fu Abekwa sia kwa fabrikina for and a ye libra for was there's an casori bia so obedo. Asori bia do said the Savior Church for ado. Oko woma fu mu Abekwa sia brikina for and a ye libra ho. Asori bia no kakra. Eye Burkina Faso current head, and Daniel Mens, they have also your good brother, the current Burkina Faso military guy, is into farms and more of tomatoes nationally, and we clear his machines here at Golden Jubilee Tamapos. So no, 30-something-year-old junta leader, Burkina Faso no, or no personally no odo na odo ni tomankese ane ya soria na ya deka akọ paga ni akọ fa Burkina Faso tomatoes no na ziyem pese Burkina Faso tomatoes no ebe sent no na omo de Sakai Atros kakra Mercedes Benz Atros na omo de DAF SF ene XF so SF ena XF so no ena 80 no mu di dimirika baba otimi ni tomankes ne ba odu tama motorway pe denche no ba beto agu na emayi awu basa ubeje di say atwede in the November was it there was an accident sprinter bi and VIP bi no free boko ba no yes. Can you believe say sprinter na kofa tomatoes every lome and what the other first one and was a kowani na humi dimirika and the tomatoes in ba no we nu kuma sentem a e be say and so dimirika baba the ama spare driver and a man sia and a wash tomatoes no obi sprinto and say kiki because tomatoes in perishable to wa man temu a e be say it is enka asori bia e do a kede ne be sie
na wa frank anyhow kra asori bia wafu okay anyhow un say Burkina Faso into so kra mabiem because wo no say na ye kra ye to so no yesisi yomo anything na the factories abom processing tools you see am no ka say wo dwama so a Burkina tools ni ko biem ye de na wo sisi me ye wo Burkina tools ni wo biem
I said so ye 90 days o meko ye 90 days
nanka enyina
enkuruma say can you imagine say India ni ebedua meko ewo wage ha say nsuo no ho onom enton makoni bi wa Ghana ha o na wo de ko Europe Stevenson Kojo Ozada Kabre, I want to come to Ghana to invest in farm. Can you inbox me your number? So be say bro pa between Kranza and Gra. Now would you bro? A bro no soto. A bro no and soto. And yet
Dr. Danlati. Then the domestication. No. Yes.
This is a sorry way because national service for were full.
One were full.
Ghana Armed Forces were full.
Yes, Armed Forces were full.
Armed Forces were full. Armed Forces were full. Me two
one were full. Way what for
Achiasi no were full. That be said Omudodi.
Oko Aprade. I know it's within Ashanti constituency. You're from Aprade.
That's Ufri Achiasi. Now we're close to train Kwano. Now we're Aprade.
One more four.
As Ufri Aprade, no Kwade, Krupon, de Basin Fusuno. Coco be brave or no. Approach for a fool.
Both for them maintain.
Nurses and midwife, one more fool. Ghana Medical Association, one more fool.
There's some prescribing.
But what did he? A prison service.
Prison service say one more fool.
I'm more fool. But it's a prison service as an institution. I'm more fool. But what did he?
All right.
And sorry to be Susi prisons. And sorry to be a school. It is a sorry be a say. Or therefore, would they teach him kakra? Teach him kakra.
What a food, dear.
A sorry be a no assembly be a no assembly be our work area. Now,
now we cocoa.
Net I will say, which is because cocoa,
now
any year can set it to brigade. State farms are Kwamso, would be free a young man fee, and the cocofodia, farms, no brother near piano, yes, state farms. And to Sanka, I saw the beer, dear Bra, a player was 0244 25 2016 0244 25 2016. Sanka, I saw the beer, a year fua. Tagana Quebec was saying, I saw the beer, a year fua. Say your fish farming, say your animal husbandry. Say sorry be a year fua. Send it in Cabecia Cro. Oraya Moha. Hello. 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 Yeah, I'm into.
Yeah, hello, Michael.
Hey, Maha.
Maha. And I'm here, Honorable Alan Zamantin, the GTP, after your Mahamadi Baba. Now, send a document to be the city, a fool, Maples, me, and I mean, be Kakanka, be a medium and Maka Kankakra. Say Ghana Hanum, and now Independence Square, Michelle, from Frontota, they call a media baby and interview. Now, me catch almost say, John Mahama per se Ghana, so severe. You to know, Omonko Agrikumu, and I against Agrikakano, Yamaya irrigation, because I said, my opportunity echo Egypt. Now the Amiria Egypt, I there's a irrigation, Moya, tomatoes, apple, name, Nasifon, the country beer, so Biania Biane, Edimia, Biantina, Obi Bako Highness, I won't quite be.
And now, Scania engine, Kurata, brand new Scania engines, no, Omukoto free, a year Europa, nobody across Sony they call Asia, Algeria, Tunisia, a year Egypt, nobody acquire a year water pump, Scania engine, a year they took care of Mukono.
And I did about me, but I make up so. Yeah, Papa, Matuko say.
Mianka, who has him? My Yanka, friends, a fool who has him. Good afternoon, Frank.
Good afternoon.
Patrick Frost saying now, also some Yentia was and I saw the beer do for
Father Cabe. Thank I saw the beer do for and can move go on my Ghana the King to you. If we say
ye ka se fa so dey fu omo ntiase o eni omo ho de o omo de ske shima e ka so farmer nye to wo ho de o se na wo de ske be shim ene chete wo ye adwuma ne nti omo de omo ske shima na physical bo my Ghana pa
ye de wase pa tisanka so de bi edo afu a good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Pacha Frosting.
Mary Cynthia.
Ma Cynthia, tinka so de bi edo afu a.
Abakabre. Onim bibi.
Am yeti.
Na me ka assembly and I was a unique FMC. That's a slim near our connect beef company wo.
I was Warungu.
Good. And Nanchie Burkina for the Namremo, a kind of Fulani for the Namta, no Mukuku and Kofor. I didn't see. I come ban or block a ceremony. Any a honor mona, I can ye treat Shannam. Ye arrange your boxes, Simonia, this supply the whole Ghana, may be too quiet. Until you bring a Juma, you'll be too far with Cinema paid my and the baby again toast so. But you see tomatoes factory or a year can a commander hona and Juma for call and I can say Dodo Wasso. See mango juice factory or mango and say and the baby drink and toast in the mother and no one wants to be able to meet the end.
Okay, Papa Frank, Sanka, I saw the beer, Yadiabania, and Drafua, and Yabayading.
Ankabebwa papa. Tse mi kuro ma ku apem se ye wo land ke sie wo ho. Omo ba on benya land Akwapem district. No mo dia do afuo e dia boa even secondary schools no e be boa. Ye nchire school for no se ne ye ya agree. No bi be kwa agree school. Obaba onu se ne bi obro. Ada ka bere. Tete no ni e do me nko abro me kwa primary school. Ni e school farm ye kwa sports anu ne de ye.
Okay. Kasi kran ka so de bi edo afu a.
Ala ka bere kai.
Okay.
Say ye kwa say ye nkola na ye wo Church of Pentecost na ye kwa ye wo ye fu. Na eboa ma ne makoso kama na da ka be ye ka fusem ye ya ye kan. Kuya ye obi anya nkobe ye. And you are like Martin Posobekaya, Abraham or Prenuno. The great transformation plan, now a woman said, Ghana need piano, at least in Kawa Fukaka. Now, also, Biamuko, or one on mechanized pipes, a plan on Namoso, and Nunti, or the policy cry back and the bank, bank, no, who created no Bobby Siadia Quaver.
It is a great transformation plan or the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama. Original a year page is not related to a Greek, you know. On Fanya Juma, on mining Tumpon and because I okay. A year Sanka, a year, a sorry beer, a drive for a day. Sorry be a drive for a day.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Me face every.
Mpacho yetio sir.
Me pacho me din do bin. Pacho fanya na mokan e ampa. Sa sorry bia e pia ebru ana se bancha. Anka beboa hwe Pentecost dudu a eti nipa dudu e wo Pentecost. Hwe Presby. Bon, ene na ma ye ho kire ye no. Na mbisa se ofa mpacho mo na mo ye mpenifu. Na president for wo no. Nti abantumi nya hihye bia ma onkoye fu ma gan o mani nya diana.
Na kiyampa ya omo akran kiyampa mfidi wo mo. Senti so man bia ene de acha se wuti ba ye bube so man bia asori bia adua eye fu a ebe de ebu ni san ka asori bia edu afu a. Now the assassin. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mira.
It is an castle be a year fua.
I can have a bet for you. Now, Savior, Mira, Savior, the Aukai, Savior, phone work, so such a assassin.
And you better ask for assassin.
Obeko from I just offer the passing. Now, what a honum. Now, a moon some offer. Not present no baby this year.
And talk no your president.
Missing damage in Sia did so team, Mexico. You know, yes, sir.
What you hear any of one offer? Would do Coco and say yes, Coco. And
I just say, yeah, a true and DJ. Now, in fact, I chose to highlight the positive side of Asorena for rather than Manswane Wawa and until a true and a for more.
If I come into the car, I'm not going to make up for Munko Yadian, a 4 months me at me.
Yes, your opinion to say, and you will be an account a bayadne, and says a indigenous area for no almost so no, yes, theatre, yet was a pa. Sanka, so be also a year for a cabayadang.
I like a Benyadia Pro, that's any before man to me, Abema. I will say, you do I work, Mr. Ketcher to say. Let's see him, Dr. Minia Bema. I can't any better for Ghana how. And some of the baby, the Minia Bema. My name now, Ghana has a sorry boom, a sorry diambo, or the normal dog. Yet, Minia, I hope say, the any bed we are so made crying. I hope that
was a pa. I sorry, was in school. I sorry, was in hospital. She said, I sorry, need your phone come. Let us say, yeah, good afternoon.
Hello.
Penny Pacha, I sorry, be a fua and give me a day.
Ofa ankebema anwokyere ene $1 no kra na yereka enwiane efi eye tomatoes efi bokuna ne adeba no anka $1 no be stable e wo Ghana ha ni na be ka Ghana ha aye won enkyere ye nti saasma wo kan de ya papa esa afro bia tun do afu san o sika no
ye de wase pa asori bia do afu a anke ye be ye den
Ada Gabriel
Kanyini
there was a fire national king. Between some for Richard. And some say prisons for assassin more than 100 acres. They Diana Banfeska Akoto Diabro. What the hell said then? Way, missing one point was what we are for. A bit less feeling the whole region. Because some as I said, Dr. Common from J2 or more than 100 acres. And the one what them work.
Now, I'm that them one keke. What would that what to tango am ho sa?
Oh, over come was far. No bolugu. No game. So now bad bonka. And that's a Sunday case down there.
Eh. Asori bia si wo do afu a ke be ye den.
Yes, Kapa.
Metie we. Right. Utiba, what does it say? It is coming chromatic as here. One in the Mrantin is here. A Benny Binny say, Casori Bia, so or there, Fua. Let us hear who there. Final, good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Asori Bia, so or there, Fua.
Anka Ghana, Anka Corona, and Combe Guy.
Because you.
Na Mompa law bimbra yi kakre bimbra na procedure no embre man why pa mompa mre bimbra na sorry for no omonye afu
okay finally na for Yamra studio sa sorry bia si wo da afu a
anta sorry ma for ni benye sika
ena ko kekeka wo hia so ndokoro ye
amen wi a wo ka ti mi wo za sorry bia ye afu a ubetua omo doneka ubeton ubenye sika omani so benya mfaso na asori na efa bamfaso nya asori nkuan se de bia na omo quotation ne de disika na ba afore and abeko heaven and aba afore and a tight ni pani ye tuma ko apoa no ko boy jama no de be tight it is aka sorry for ni na to me
sister to was kakame se ni bani ni bi mpo adwuma be no okoye dia bebo abeto collection no
obebo dwaman
sir
obebo ko bon dwaman
because asma kai wa kai me anu me ni nua sini abroni ti wonom na onya akobi osia misro bidi me musika nyina kwa to collection atu yatas na mam bibi kakra na me fa no bibi ne on nkolade bi ana papa bufu ye
to so for na wo tia so with them one na wo sanka wo kire ema asori ma de papa no hwede ye wo tia wo ni mu tu de wo dia ni se wo de asori ni be yisika ma wo no pe na mo kan quotation ba ku ni ne atonyo ni akofi na yakodwe kwa be fa so senye sika de aba so mi sanka so many years wo ena baba wani mbrante ni mampani fo e bi do e bi paake ye don ka se ntosu we
Me just say na no ekuro bia me ntimi mokuro ni din. Na chese ye bo afode na maame yetimi akona fo makotwa no ne board ye de abre sofo yire. Na chese se wa hye board ye no nso. O hye board ye no nso a ya ye fa say maame e de kakra akaye e de aba edwa wa anyinam. O de ba edwa wa anyinam a ne board ye na wa hye no nso na e da anyinam dwom a ye to sofo yire na e to board ye.
Obeton. Wo beton. Also you tell is that boni e kosoro se yen jai na me bi e dia kata ye ni free no do so ye fa domo no so na ye Ghana for ye ntum di e free domo.
Ye no was. Majale. So to pa no anya call. Se wono akwa asori e de ne hu sika nyina no akoto collection de bi so etua ne tithes. E de onim kwala no be di ed ne. E no be se papa de say papa ne mo ano na ompe kakra na on sanfan konkoto aduane ni. Na che say papa ne bu ahwe. E de ne be hyewa ma wo de hu sika nyina be ko say me di akwakoto collection de bi etua tithes.
Nyame somo no sabe
Yankopon se yesa.
Ya say ana yes bo afode hyew. Say am afode hyew de ne je say okukuru sika nyina na de akọ.
Na wi akosere hwan?
Akosere hwan say okakọ di nyame somo ne sabe ye de adwen to.
Nyame somo ne ye de
ye de adwen.
Oh sir.
Yes.
So wo kwa akọ bo afode ya. Afi na de adwen be to.
Be wo fa da. Wo firi wakoma no akọ bo afode.
Wo ko bo afode ya.
No say say wo sika nyina wo fa me na wo ka say. Oba bi ye nurse ni. O won sanwom. Nikunu madamfo. Yesa asem edam no. Nikunu no nso e wa amanone. O Germany sisi ye. E na bronyan o try no ne mekasa no say o de sika abre ne yere no. Sika no okonane a obeda be 5,500 and something. 5,500 and something. Oba ni di mu 4,000. E da kwa koma no sofo because no sofo aka say nikunu sika no famra no. Onfa emra no o nhira so ma no kra say sika na so o gi say sika no. Okipu minwa nkwada bie school enne me no kase nkwada na bie school.
Enti ya wani mu no.
Enda manim sese ye.
Uyaram sma kam de acho.
Enti enne nkwada bie school enne o. Aka sika no mu 1,003.
Be ma no sanfa de aka mrai.
Aza ana be ma na frem be bisa me na makwaka a kire ne se. Me be pon me no wo ba be pon. Na ma frem na yire ne maka ne twi.
Maka de ai.
Twi. Me ka brofo. Hebi meka twi.
So meka ma sofo ati.
Wa fa de ntina ese akoba ne sa. Enti
nyame so basic camera.
Aso so basic camera na nkwada bia school. Enti me ne wo kase nkwada no kwanya nko.
Ensem mienu. Sofo no ye ma police akofa no.
Kede ye watch.
Ye to so mienu adada oba no.
Ujibie na age
nkwa na sofo de okofa ne se wa ede.
Ye to so mienu. Wadada na je ode adwen kasa age ne sika ye kro no.
Na se bia president.
Sani ya na ya yes, I told you, my Obano. Send divorce letter. And my name back on me, Jana. I'll send letter.
There's some madam.
And some full ban. And some full ban.
Would Didier Bay? I saw him in Micobio. And I saw him.
And now maybe a school.
Now, Chis, I saw the Cossadia. Some say Fabra.
Only I drink
5,000. Osanya next.
For Bama no hwe to no Germany.
Wait. Say I na ma
Obani papa.
Asofo bi dada ye.
Obani
ye
se me dia me se me anti me se me kanta be man. Omon kam me no WhatsApp page na.
Me kanta no oba no.
Me no WhatsApp page no ma ka kire no. Eti on the 4,000.
I know very good. But with him. And you want more na eso ewrai
o fe na your time e do bi ama
wo be kase
entwi 30 minutes kaka
wo be kase onim me na obumra wa eno se me ba ho minim so fukura na watire no ti mi tun na so ontena se tena se a oni ne mamie no bema also di 17 years
ne ba no
and Obano so did 14 years.
Okay.
Bearman was one of the technical schools. I was 17 years old. On the final year, one of the technical schools in the Eastern region, but on the Achim lands. And year oba no 14-year-old no so JSS. Yes, I mean what's happening saying. That's the meaning I say. Them and free mu. Na ochiku Sunyani Indomie. And an rent aso. And I said if you run it no. Watch rent no watch Sunyani Indomie na and odi anya rent no. And odi akotua 1 year. E dey am fiura no. Na aka de omode beko womanim. We can say din na mbusanze nto opeso where the meme dey na menyama no. Also opeso achi ko Sunyani Indomie na. I'm saying me pe kusua na obe no so precisely on the kusua na oyere. Na kasa ne nyam last year minimum say me ka kire mu a
obaby na
kusua.
I'm so man 6 crates and
there be man 10 crates.
10 crates, yeah, 10 crates. Me
oba na be di me bronya.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there's a 10 crates no or the whole check or more ka.
Yeah.
And on be di me bronya. It is I record the ono abedi me bronya no because your man 10 crates no. And I'm sure see busa we say me busa the 17-year-old no. I'm person me sure sampa ne papa free mu ana. Into me interview nam kaza man ma me nka bi. Busa ne din to be busa no ana be dem so o papa din dey say o born papa din am so to papa ye adwuma ben no sign e can say the papa na free mu. Na hu say ye. And na me busa ma me say na how did you decide to say Sadi no ko bi adwuma mu say me ba ho be kan we di a kire me and also ni kunu na damfo bi na oye adwuma o ECG e wa veno ito mo ye say o mo ko no ho na o ma ko se ma kire no so be o ko ya ye say ni kunu na damfo no ko retirement o ko retirement last November ya enti je so nim e kwan obefa so a obekonda na o mo nante abegina kwan and na ne ba 17-year-old no ka kire ne say Omiyanko your friend is saying VIP. Okwa no kobusa influencer driver for be say nipa abonchim so or share director. Also director for no be any say na manager for no so na manager and so the kohase abenya manager for no.
Onim nipa
cross. The bad boy no na director no. Enti mi busa baby a ono oba ne free no. Na ofre boso. The crony no and aboso
yeah
na no free boso na busa na be man na wa free na so be man so free be gro eti ye na busa na chese omo ya duanafo na me yes okay eti me free director protocol or Sajifo Ajima Abedu and I'm friend Uncle George aduanafo bi na omo ho akamu o hazina na me kakra metimi answer me nyakusua bi ma and then director protocol donated 2 boxes. The 2 boxes of your friend saying
noodles.
There be kusuano. Okay. No, say 1 box be 700 cedis. The 2 boxes no. Ebe 1,400. Intia no be 28 crates.
Crate of 8.
Nam sister okay. Na o can say me nye one arrangement. On there, you betimi ayama me an say odi koja. E wo VIP ho. I'm for chief driver na bus or Oshegu. I'm saying no Oshegu Adarma Uncle George to Kushia be say. And after me busa 17-year-old and say, Ben person me dibi be mama me na o mame e de be ko akọ group edemase. We are prepared to say obetimi ayo mame kunu. No ayo mame e wofa. No ayo mame nua be ma. No ayo mame ba. Sunyani. And some conditions say, wo na mame ton ade na abegigi sika no. Na odi bi abona ko ma. Now we're making sure say by September.
Asem will come on and talk.
Mami ni busami say minimum onu mo be busami say minimum dada na. And I'm saying dey. Was see as someone the banner catch and say so wo munya support busia bia no a ono 17-year-old no. When be control scanner. And on the catcher, my minister, Mumra. And on one country, Jenna, maybe let's say,
your boss.
Or no, never your boss.
He's the boss.
Boss of the company.
And the telephone number of a year, Nipodi, because you had a banner, a ma woman. And imagine 17-year-old in a jail. And I'm looking to a situation, say, dear, no, so suffer from HIV, you know. Edgy, because you are 10 crates. Now, 10 months later, bronya no aba be di me bronya we no what could we expect how many women and such scenarios and kwadamienu 17 and 14 abono so na fie wura baji rent na wie kro tata wo mo ensuo ni leaky ofie at every day be fie wura the new law ba baji rent so awie enti nipa do say na go through such hardship the dia na be catch director of protocol for Sajifu Mabedu say me can say duanani na no akere no no ye prepare so di kusua beba na ye dia ma duanani no
ni kan Osajifu duanani nya me hira no on say nye nipa bia na ye onipa ahodo bebre o ya say obi wonom kran fa ne ho na nya me hira no say onim ne da na enam wo so wo frɛ na odi ani die me hye say wo ho ani die so krai den e ka ho na waboa ye nya me hira no na maame no ye hwe ani mu say obey very responsible na ye mbeti story bia biom e feel afford ye
ka che so onim no fra bi dwuma be di no mpe me na wie obibia o ma ne say ha no ya ne ma we mo be ka say okwa ne papa na akwa ye bibi tete
na oye wo mpe
me gidi bia and I prefer to do with a 17-year-old boy. That's what papa be na ya some
na ma 4.
No you 4 cry then come to me ahwe no. Na we dia ono be wie kura ma wa ahwe ya do be keka kire wo yire nenye.
Bofa enti no if you afford there a big issue here. Me say we tenant and found school akọ. Ye be twu adi. We if you afford because en krahana yet no we dan paid. And onim said dan paid. And now ye gidi no see o2 a. Wo so current control for hakwa habrat atited we fe wonim sa wonim enti nsɛmfo ensesasema enya kora na edidu na untimi nka ne kese efirafo ometimi abu nsema gisika
awda ho tifi ora fie de
wo fa na men de
busuka ko
na okeka ko
na abemde me se obebu nsema gisika owi ansɛmfo pod obedi akyerɛw na ne memo amu ahipa Omo kasa ti omanim fefe e do music esi da no mu nya hi se caretaker fo no
hwesoma mefo no
hwesoma mefo
no no ma no ya
ewura do go fa juma mu di bedu no efura na mu no kra no
including tamtu kra
wo fa Mr. Omene eno de Mr. and I have not encountered anything back to like that.
Well, expectations of what the woman and the two children could do with that offer of 28 crates of Kusuano.
Well, I think they'll do very well. Osha say, wait to me, Tiasika. Kusuani Indomie Tonton 5 city 10 city.
They 1 year rent.
They try 1 year rent. And say 500 cities to cry. You can imagine why are they? Into the show says within the next 1 year.
How many people know me do mammy chisana or mammy dinusu a real baby on planning so be rap.
Nancy Kolana or Mabano, only a gift to offer. They are so smart and intelligent. The way me reason, it is above. I sometimes on my drink crowd dressing on my phone.
14 year old,
especially
nipa pay free mu or buy a baby srade auntie, ni me a cousin or besra mo na omoko ye friends and mola a Christian group be agent a hot on your ma. I could say I meet my minister, meet me no matter you the album. Chese ye nya no kwa nko mic no a chese I 14-year-old or would you deal with nyamimu a Christian groupings to nyumo public na or you prepared so person okobi enti ya na san kwala no se wo mo papa gya wo mo hokosa no a o how ni atete ben na maame fo ni timi kom
ofa we die we anya ntemi ankasa magiri ba me papa na free it hasn't been easy wa akla na medi 12 enti na manyi enya easy o wofa it is not easy. Especially Sakolano san was some medical
challenges are.
And yet easy cry.
Say single mother for.
Ofa, obetimi asu. Sometimes there yan say bo kana ukrasikana. You are prepared to be ukrasikana cry betimi aye we say adekoni ni ho. Na obia na wo ba no ohwa tete a ofemu. Ebia na ukrasika sometimes enye sika nkwa no mo chomo. Sometimes e bia wo sika na bia na health bibi.
Ne ba sa na be ma na busuafo ya no mo we.
Wo fa. E japade dia nkomo beba. E japade a omo beba.
Anenkwala ni japade.
Single fathers for so bro.
O ba se be ma de.
E no de intense.
Be ma de se ye bre. I don't know ba ko ahunhie.
Single father intense. Obenya oba bi wo fa no kura nie. Se wo ye single father agi se wudi hia. So I single fan abo ho bari kakra oboto obenyo baby ama na hwe oba na kama ama ye was stepfathers ye was papa phobia omo bo omoden me say me stepfather na hwe me kama
yes.
But intense me say papa na metene so na sorry
at intense stepfather for ntan hwe mo
wo fa ono
na maami nim say dey sikrokro be ma
wo fa oba be ma dey
say be ma
ba oba bi be je no tete no depend on how you treat her asa say no treat no
way round mum say be ma de ne baba usually ya na bibi kakra bia be oba no intimi tolerate be ma no oba no I suppose to say oba de ne baba be ma timi tolerate oba ne ba.
I know a lot of men oba no de na ba you can't say we utia school fees
so landlord na
landlord na fro no the landlord na fro
oba landlord
dem landlord mo fama no ni
landlord na bro landlord na bro ni de ko bra
obi eni be wu o se nda na kan ni nyare me say na ma say bi me na me so we landlord
ato
me bu sha for
landlord say mimi no one say we entamu
ala da radio na o
mo sa na mo tie
Adiana Marjorie
baba
into who expectation
baba in fact
woman and 17-year-old boy
your bomb guy say
14-year-old girl
Nyakopon beto na do mishiradi
the 14-year-old girl no crash say or tete ne maame no by way of ne friendship with others
yeah otum say ana sometimes they start in basana say koba so na obata ne so waya ade say onyankokudo na ne 17-year-old e pushi no odi na chi ama na ba ye bom pai say nyame ento na do mishira for because wofa ewiase yade ba ko ya ho kire o twa woni bebia enja ya papa
ho kire
hey
wofa is it a while to do papa
wan hwe ni a obeyi obi papa kra na akwakoye bon ba ye nkoso nye
papa de akwakoye obi papa na akwa na so yenguso nye papa
ye nkoso ni yenye papa no of yenguso ni yenye papa no because ana de en wan say hwe se obi pa adwuma wo wofa na wapa me ho oso pe driving na nyame aya adom na manya corporate driving dia ma no corporate na tese adwuma bi afa no na wo mo ye adwuma na adwuma ni wura no wa otumi ebi otumi invite no abefa no ko church no abefa no ko we afi abrante sore ya brunya ye mu adwuma no ko chance aboso me miense ni oso otu aka 1002 wa ma oba bi kra sa atena na abrante sore ya wakoka kire adwuma wura ne se na wo kra no wo bu me kwase ya adan ya medo ko church na da bia medo ko bia meje 300 cedis me kra wo ka chem so wo soma me ha meje u sei meanwhile wagu me ne ma se me na me direct no ne ye pa adwuma ne de ma no nti wo fa to da bia wan hwe ni ya obe odi se no ma we ti enti bad wo fa yen koso na wo ye di ni pa bi achi ya ye nye papa bi mu da se se ame na wo ka se onim se papa me ye mo obi me asem ni mi nim ho hwe no 2023 mo se me be kokot
because of papa ye no
papa ye na me ye ni pa ne ba me kwa
me ube yi ho afrim
se me yi me ho afrim se me be kokot e se ade no kra mi nim ho hwe ya frame amakotro me witness statement papa me bo mo ni show kra mi ndidi yo yes ni pa na ba se ho makoka ade am ye ma no so aye successful
yes
afi kona ko ade ese kona ko redeem ho a we say hey afi akire me nipa no no kra sambo a me na me so etu obo a maami ene me be kokot aye frame se me be kokot se me ja medwuma ho e kokot it wan hwe ya wonya papa biem e wasase yi so
nanso
benso ni nyina no ana enyankopon na ama emu ahoden be go yini mu ahoden
ede na be ka chele to ensure say ne maame no ene eye ni nuaba 14-year-old no omo abuse ono ne direction ya me define so
I just said the woman is me kra minji ni say ne maame no ba abuse but or 17 years still minor or still minor but I believe say ne maame no kra minji ndida say ne ba no odo ne ba ne pa oba abuse even though certain decisions because akwala no is still minor but ne maame no ebetimi direct
ne maame ni timi organize no hu yia nanka by the end of June, which is at the end of the second quarter of this year, at the Banico School bar, then you can wire technical. Ubetimia propose nama ubia, ubetimia leverage on the technical abilities. Amani bani binya baby, and come catch and say, and kunya baby, nina, mama, mino. Emme sun say wakonya girl bi na girl na ka cho say no ma me nkasa na wo wato ma me na up to 6 months time no ma me no ye no ho yie organize no ho a na wo de ye nyina so akope ba bi de ne ba be ma no akɔhye ama ne ba be ma na timi abeso no mu na at this age yes yo ma me kunu na yo ma me wofa na yo ma me nua be ma na yo ma me
control the house all he says is say no
17 bet me control ma me
on to me control na me say Obe attempted to, at least Obe attempted to control the house. Now the banners and then one journey I be as a baby, never be sure Obe Tata.
Never be better.
Oh, now if I said then I guess so ban or bar on your bar and Anna.
Never be better.
Obano now who is saying Oceana.
Oh, she should be
about 45. Gideon over 20 years.
And then just won't be decided say, oh, mammy. Obi ha no ayeden
obi ha dwen
wofa
sa de na
lese because abi ma ne be ka ma me
zen crash no kra wo de ma no
ever since
obi ha dwen kakra sa wo ne de e demerit enti be ma bi obi yes obi obi no problem kakra ba na so be handle
me ma me won
wo ma me won
se mpina kra
yeah
no free mo no asa na me ko free mo no e na me se mpina keke kra no onhwe na wan fe because you me hesa na me do me ma me ne bra wa bre na cha me ba o ma me nchirem
o
ma me nkasa
bibi frɛ wo so ma me to be na me ka che
o ma me do no
na me na eden
na wo de o ma me de ni be
na my baby ni ba kro
my me
ma me ya me ma me na da number me ma me abi na esi edua me say
ba point e be say cancel
me point e ne say
na ba ma me ho
ba ma kro no chen wafa me di mani bubu ma me no wa bro enya afa pin ha si ni ama nu aduane dabi
ma me ni nipa kro na da mpa no so wo de e be soma mu akwakoto koku aba
me akua
na nka hwan
me
abuti samba akokra akwa no te se be ma mu a wati America na wo no o maame no papa ntema se o papa be fa o bai o papa be fa o no nia no mienu ama papa na tetene mo wirem atimi ahwe na se ne no o papa wanyini na maame ni ho na o papa se o ware oba afofra na obu afu me ba gana kra me nkra me papa na oba ye na me bra panyini ba
ko no ba na
be ma eno ono de ono na me bra panyini chezo American ni a wo foko excuse my French man what do you mean hey wait you think and I tell the American gumu and acquire ya feel last minute no me sorry and I'm say unipa we you jump out oh papa for ba fofra wo yire wo so wo mpene ma papa na enware oba fofro
e bia na
said there tell ne ma me ne ba bia ne papa ba bia wedre no o mpene ma oba bi meje ne papa sikane wo ti ye wo ya papa na kwada me fere no
nti went me anka
ba
ha na waka no wate
okoye na ye be say bibra no e frɛ ne papa no ɛna so nipa na makeka bi a kyerɛ ne pa sɛ wo de otutam yeye na papa de otutam yeye
na papa ye chapa di 70 okoye kokra
70 ye dey
akoto wu ato obi ba so ama ma ba be ye
so afika sama mi
ma me ma no
atana wo papa
shop me shop man na wodi 88
oba be to edro de akodi
88 years
did you say that
excuse your French
I didn't hear that.
O say oba shop na me dey o say ade keep no going pa sex
88 year old no
88 on the feet no nya 88 years
makukure odin bed me fanta
it's 70 now we can on call a young man
penkola
that's 7 years 70 now we can a young man
ajana
88.
People are encouraging yourselves.
No.
Most uncle with the moon when no cabos and there will be a cock of a tramador. Now was signed the Wabu of your now was signed the Biagum. No, spray. Tim. The only I don't know. We need them at the man.
And no crank sana.
17 or can so young.
Who started to say, the infants out there, 18 crana start here. Where 70 Ejuma crowd, yeah, retirement. Ejuma crowd,
listen, Bema, I just say, we will not the whole say crana on court, just a katana. So,
what yana? Did you hear that?
Bema,
we are medement.
17 a young man.
17 a young man, Mama, Montas, and for one you, I made that, and then you know, say, Mamma, one area more. I was in my ministry. No, Yanina, Mamintia family, and I'm said that I wanted me. I wanted me, pa.
I wanted me.